All right, what an honor this is. What a way to start the show. Let's welcome to the program, Adam Corolla. Adam, how are you? And welcome to Knockout Radio.
I'm doing well, thanks.
A lot of things to talk about. I know you're coming to the Tampa Bay area next week, and we'll get to that, I promise, in 30 seconds, 45 seconds. Once I found out and realized really that you're an MMA fan, and this is Knockout Radio. I've covered UFC longer than anyone in the world. You have to start talking some UFC.
Sure.
A couple questions that really set me off, and people always tell me, chill out, it's not a big deal. A, fights that are in the Hall of Fame wing of UFC, do you consider Hall of Fame? Because I do not.
Do I consider who Hall of Fame?
The two fighters that are in the fight of a hall, the fight wing of the Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry, so you were choppy. Two fighters who should be in or shouldn't be in?
No, every year they put a fight in the Hall of Fame. So
in the Hall of Fame.
Right. So we'll say Frank Trigg versus Matthews. Frank Trigg, one of my closest friends, but Frank Trigg's not a Hall of Famer. The fight is in the Hall of Fame. So with you being an MMA fan, I'm just curious, where you stand with that.
Wow, I've never considered that. I like the MMA a lot. I know a lot of fighters and I respect it a lot, but I don't have specific strong thoughts about non-Hall of Fame fighters fighting in the Hall of Fame. But I mean, football does a Hall of Fame game every year, and those two teams aren't going to the Super Bowl. They're just playing in the Hall of Fame game.
So it sounds like you kind of in a roundabout way agree with me.
All right, let's do.
All right, we'll go with that. Let's talk about another show that you were involved in. I'm involved in construction in the state of Florida. Talk about Catch a Contractor.
That was a show, wasn't my idea. They came to me with it, but they knew I had a background as a contractor, and they knew I knew the subject of contracting. And Skip Bedell, my partner, was a contractor. So the show was good because we were both actually contractors and it weren't sort of hired guns.
It took 10 months for a construction company to build my back porch. 10 months.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's the business. I mean, everyone has a horror story. Whenever I would tell someone I was a contractor, they'd go, "Oh my God, you have no idea." And I'd go, "Yes, I do," because everyone tells me that, because everyone has their own personal horror story with contractors.
Well, and I'm also involved in lien rights in the state of Florida. So I run a legal business with that as well. So I know more than I really want to know. And it's just, to Catch a Contractor just was right up that alley. That's all.
Yeah, people enjoyed the show. I enjoyed the show. It was a little difficult. I mean, we had to go to these people's homes that were all torn apart and everyone was upset and the contractors were pissed off, and sometimes they were kind of threatening and stuff like that. And it was kind of uncomfortable sometimes, but it was all real. And I got to be, around tools. So it was sort of fun for me.
A win for you. Got it.
Hey, Adam. So, Randy always tells me that I'm the biggest joke he knows and that I'm a clown. So how do I know if I'm funny? How do I know if I have a career in stand-up?
I think you need to get up on stage and do it. Have you got up on stage?
I have, yeah. It's terrifying. It's terrifying.
Only at the beginning, though. I mean, you'll get used to it, and then you'll start to thrive. But you got to do a lot of it. Like, how often are you getting up on stage?
Not nearly enough. I mean, once every.
Yeah, you've only done it one time, Matt.
Well, I've done it like 5-6 times. I've done 4 or 5 open mics.
You got to do it like 4 times a week or something for like 2 years, and then you'll start to figure it out.
The problem with that, though, Ad, is he can't do anything consistently for 2 days, not alone 5 years.
It's true.
It comes down to work. Like any other job at a certain point, people think it's about show business or it's about, being in front of people and being the hit of the party and all that kind of stuff. It really, stand-up is really just work. It's work like any other job. Starts off slow. It's tough at the beginning. You got to work your way up. It's just, it has all the same components any boring job has.
Let me ask you, about your podcast. First of all, in the Guinness World Records, something all three of us kind of have in common. We all have our own little thing. And I always ask like musicians, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite album? And they always come back with the typical, it's like your children. Do you have a favorite? Well, we all do. We really, really have our favorite child. So what's your favorite interview? What's that you've had?
I've done a lot over the years. Just recently, we replayed, I think, the Dan Aykroyd interview, which was a really good interview. Also, talking to Rob, the guy who killed Bin Laden, was a great interview, I thought. I don't have, I sort of rely on other people's feedback to tell me what the great interviews were, because it's not really up to me. It's up to sort of whoever's listening will say, "Oh, I love that interview."
With the list,
so yeah.
No, go ahead. Got finished.
I mean, Kevin Costner. I mean, there's people you haven't heard of that were just really interesting people, fascinating people, or really funny comedians who may not even be that popular.
The long list of guests you've had, is there somebody like a dream guest that you've been trying to get or that you want to get?
I think it would be Elon Musk, for sure.
Okay. Before I throw it back to you, Matt, Adam, you're coming to town next week. Let's talk about the charity event out at the Enclave. It's called Guys Night Out. How did you get involved? And tell us about the event. It's for Big Brother Big Sturz.
Yeah, I went down there just to check it out because I'm a car guy and I was doing shows in Florida and I was sort of driving and it was literally in between the two towns I was going to. So I stopped in and looked at some cool old cars, met the guy who owned one of my significant cars and looked at some of his cool old Porsche race cars. And then we started looking around the facility and it was so big and beautiful and it was all car people. And we said, well, we should do an event here. Come back next year and do an event. And here we are.
And that is next Friday. If there's any tickets left, I'm sure there's not many. So people definitely need to get to Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Your buddy Matt's involved. I can't think of his name. My brother got a job. What's his name, Matt? Janetti?
I don't know. I don't listen.
Greg, Tom. You definitely know who it is. We met him out at your fest last. But anyway, go ahead. Your turn, Matt.
No, I'm just saying. It's like we're a combat sport platform. So like Chris Rock and Will Smith, the slap heard around the world. Like, is there confrontation like that in the stages, like on the road? Is there competition like that where it's like physical or there's hatred between comics?
Comics can be kind of prickly, but they're usually kind of pussies too. So it's a sort of weird combination between being aggressive and being non-threatening at the same time. My former life, I was a boxing coach, so that's how I made my living for a while in my late 20s. So I have boxing skills. So I'm not really an aggressive person, but I'm also not really worried about people because I've been in the ring so much. It just, you know how it is. It's kind of, you don't feel as threatened when people are around you. But I've never had any issues. Other people do. Sometimes it's audience members, like drunken audience members, probably more and more women in the audience that are being the aggressive ones, actually. I'm pretty lucky. I just say what I want to say, and people laugh, and I get paid, and we go home. I mean, that's basically generally how it works.
Sounds like a great career. Sounds like something I want to do.
Is there anything off limits in comedy?
It kind of depends who you are, what the venue is. Look, if you host a late night show and you work for Disney, then there are things that are off limits. If you're sort of independent, you do a podcast, and you do stand up, and you do what I do, then nothing's really off limits. If you're just starting out, nobody knows you, and you have no sponsorships and no deals and no employer or any of that, then everything's on the table. Say whatever you want. You're like a homeless person.
I feel that.
Makes sense. Who are some of your favorite comedians?
I have guys that have passed away like Mitch Hedberg and Greg Giraldo and guys like that. There's the perennials, there's the Carlins and the Seinfelds. Seinfeld was on my show a couple of weeks back, and we had a very nice conversation. In general, the thing that's, I'm a comedian, but most of the stuff I watch is all car guy stuff, MMA stuff. I don't really sit around and watch comedies that much. I'm much more into sort of building and cars and that kind of stuff.
Before I go back to you, Matt, I ask fighters all the time, the craziest, strangest, whatever thing that happened in the middle of a fight. I'll ask the same thing. Craziest, strangest, funniest thing that's ever happened while you were on stage?
One time I was doing a show in Utah, and they had a sign language person out there, and they called in a sign language person. They're able to do that if ahead of time, if someone has a disability. And the sign language woman was signing for a guy. And I realized she had to sign everything that I was saying up on stage. So I just went up on stage and I said, hey, listen, I don't like this Adam Corolla. I think he's a douchebag. I disagree with him politically. I don't think he's funny at all. I guess you bought a ticket and you think he's funny, but I'm kind of a conscientious objector. Like, I don't like the guy at all. But anyway, I'm kind of lonely because the sign business is a pretty lonely job. And I don't know, why don't we just get out of here and go to my apartment? It's up the street. And, I'm parked right up front because I got that handy placard. And, you've seen what I can do with my hands. Wait do you see what I can do with my mouth? So why don't we get out of here? And I realized this person is saying the whole thing to the deaf person who has no idea what's going on.
That's great.
Classic. Classic. Do you think there's value in going back and studying the greats before us? Does that timing, will that be timeless? So it always to control a crowd and to hold the moment? Is that something that you have to watch the greats for?
I don't know. Everyone has a different approach to it. Some comedians sit and write every day for 2 hours, like Seinfeld's like, I sit and I write every single day. And I know a lot of comedians are that way. I don't. Like, I just write things down. They pop into my head. I go, oh, that might be good. I'll jot that down kind of thing. And then, before I go out on stage, try to get it together. Everyone has a different approach to it. Personally, I would ask myself this question. Why do people need to hear from me? Why? There's so many others. There's so many others that came before me. There's so many that are here now. What is it that I have to say that's different than all who came before me and all who are doing it now? So, I mean, don't be necessarily critical of yourself, but just go, what do they need me for? Like, well, why does someone need to hear my thoughts? Maybe I need thoughts that other people haven't heard before. And then just go do it. Just do it repeatedly. If you want to watch others, watch others. But, you're an MMA show. You can watch tapes of people fighting from the early 2000s, but it's not going to hurt. But unless you go to the gym, you're going to get your ass kicked. Right?
That's right. All right. I wrote that down. I mean, I don't even take notes, but I was in school, and so that's great advice, and I appreciate it.
Speaking of notes, I try not to take notes as well. I'll jump, do a little bit of research, 1-2 questions, and then it's just conversation. Is there some kind of controversy? Some people think you're from LA, and some people think you're born in Philadelphia. What's with that?
I was born in LA. My dad's family's from Philadelphia, and it sort of got around that I was from Philadelphia. But my family's from Philadelphia. I'm LA.
Okay, because I was born in Philadelphia, so when I saw that, I was in Philadelphia at the UFC over the weekend. I'm like, oh, that's cool, another Philadelphian. More things to talk about. But no,
Dad born in South Philly, and the only time I felt sorry for him is when I went to his old house like 10 years ago in South Philly. I was like, oh man,
the row houses.
Yeah.
How do you relax? I know you're so busy. Do you have time to relax? And if so, what's a relaxing hour or a day for you?
I'm real easy. Sit down, I pour myself a drink, and I turn on YouTube and I watch some documentary on the sinking of the Lusitania, or some Can-Am car from the early '70s, or the building of the Hoover Dam or something, and I just sit and watch like mechanical things, have a drink, and put my feet up.
What can people expect next Friday out at the Enclave? I'm assuming you're going to perform as well.
Yeah, I'm doing stand up. So they'll get that. They'll also have me around. I'm very deep in the car world and have a good understanding of that. I just got back from doing a race in Laguna Seca for Monterey Historic Car Weekend last weekend. So I was just racing all last week. So I understand cars pretty exquisitely well. I would say a very profound understanding for cars, and to drive them and race them and stuff like that. So we'll get into a lot of car stuff. I'll be around with doing stand up and all sorts of sort of fun car guy events.
Format brings out the car phone. What's your dream car? What car haven't you acquired yet that you'd like to?
Well, to me, the coolest car in the world is like a 71, 72 Lamborghini Miura SV. And I had one for a while, but I had to sell it to buy a Porsche 935. For me, there's so many good ones now, but it's probably some late 60s, early 70s race car. I mean, a Ferrari GTO is up there, but that's kind of boring. But it's, they're I don't know, $80 million today or something like that. Race cars for me, vintage race cars are what I like.
Good, Matt.
All right, so that was my question, Randy. But I use this home phone as a symbolization of like society. Is when the phone was anchored to the wall, we were all free. Now we're mobile. Everyone's attached. So, but anyways, I use this phone as a reference to to connect to people. And I just went to see Bert Kirshner and Tom Segura last week at a old pub in downtown Tampa. And it was that old school vibe, no phones out. Everybody was community talking, networking, hanging out. And I said, this is what we're missing. This is what society is missing. That's what comedy club does. It brings people together in an intimate setting. And it's a dying art form. And so anyway, I guess if you could do one venue, one place on earth to do your last stand-up comedy, where would you call or book Adam Corolla?
Oh man, there's been so many great venues I've been to over the years, and a lot of great theaters and a lot of great clubs. And I'm trying to think, as long as the fantasy question, the old Carolines in New York City was underground, and you'd walk down all these stairs and go into this sort of low ceiling, windowless underground place that was just made for comedy. It's not there anymore, but I'll go with Carolines from New York City, and that way I can't offend any of the clubs that are currently operating.
Can you go back to that a moment that makes it stand out? Someplace for sports like Madison Square Garden, or just so nostalgic. Explain that feeling for you in Caroline's underground.
Well, it's in New York, so you're already kind of there, and it's right off of Broadway, and so you're right there. And the green room is very packed, very compact, very small, and you have to make your way through the audience to get to the stage, which is kind of interesting. Some places have the green room behind the stage, so you just walk out of the green room onto stage, but this one you have to sort of thread your way through the crowd to get to the stage. And there's something to that. People see, they don't see you until you pass them because their back is to you, but now they see you're walking up on stage and they get excited. So I'd say that memory, just being in that little green room.
So Side Splitters in Tampa has that same format. I'm sure performed there, correct? And Side Splitters, Tampa.
I'm gonna go with yes, but I'm horribly bad at this stuff. I'm all over the place all the time, and I never know for certain if I was there or there. But I'll just go yes.
Yeah. There you go.
And it's the history. It's what you miss about Carolines. If you haven't been, you got to come when you're in town for the Enclave event.
Adam, I want to thank you for your time. Before I let you go, I want to say how much I respect when I did the little bit of research in today's crazy world that you can have a good friend like Joe Rogan, who I know as well, disagree, have a little argument, and still be friends. I couldn't tell you how many times best friends told me, I never want to talk to you again for whether a political thing or I was late to a birthday party. And when I read that you guys can have your thing and still be great friends, I respect that so much, especially in today's world.
Yeah, Joe and I've go way back.
I go back to when he had hair.
Yeah, me too, actually.
There you go. Adam, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll be able to meet up next Friday out at the Enclave.
Yeah, come on down. Say hi.
We will definitely be there. Thank you very much, sir.
Thanks,
guys.
What a good quality stuff. That's awesome. Adam Cola.
Bro, like that's amazing.
And then we beat him out of the room. Like it's so awful.
Yeah, he didn't want to go. Dude, he just wants to talk about cars and like.
Well, I know, but the problem with Knockout Radio is we've got UFC fighters coming up in like 8 minutes.
It's true. But like what he was talking about, like walking through the crowd, is probably what it feels like when you're like the jiu-jitsu guys walking through the crowd on their hands and marching through. The old school UFC was kind of like that, right?
Well, the old school Horace Gracie was like that.
Okay.
You know, he's the one who did the train.
But even the walkouts weren't like they are now, right? Like they were more in the crowd. It wasn't so
no,
row.
Not UFC. The UFC, you know, for as far back as I can remember, was a ramp. So they would walk in from back, you know, and walk down the ramp.
Okay.
So, all right, some things to get off my mind before we have our first UFC fighter coming up, Gabe Young. First and foremost, I'd like to thank the moron who's next to me on Radio Row, drinking beer, spilling crap, and ruined my computer.
It wasn't me. I didn't do it. I follow the rules.
Blasted my computer. Can't even turn it on.
That's how much I respect you. I don't even drink beer on Media Row.
Well, first you can't. First you can't. And
you can't.
no, well, you're not supposed to. I'll tell you a drinking beer on Radio Row story. And the person that this is about, I will have on the show in the next couple of weeks. How's that?
Okay.
So a former co-host, probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite co-host of all time, back in the day, was drinking on Radio Row at a UFC.
Okay.
I reported.
Oh, you what?
I reported.
You would do what?
I reported.
Why would you report your own guy?
Well, it wasn't a guy first. It was a female, Kate. So I didn't say Kate is on Radio Row drinking. What I said is there's people on Radio Row drinking. And at the very next UFC, it was now in the credential application. No drinking on Radio Row. Because you shouldn't be drinking on Radio Row.
Listen, my seventh grade daughter and eighth grade daughter were talking about an incident at school. And the guy was a snitch. And the kid was worried about being a snitch more than anything else about this secret that wasn't supposed to get out. But I mean, you can't be a snitch on your own team, bro. Like there's rules to this loyalty thing.
There's rules to get official.
Poor Kate. No. I feel bad for her. I would like to reach out and make sure she's okay.
She's a electrical engineer. She's doing fine.
Oh, we're all electrical. I could use some of that.
Like I said, I didn't throw Kate under the bus. I just said to people drinking, and obviously it didn't help, or I'd still have a computer.
Well, shout out to my boy Cliff Cage, the radio DJ in Colorado Springs at the UFC 25th anniversary. He was drinking beer next to me. And I, out of respect to you, I didn't drink. I was like, you know what? No, I care more about Randy's reputation. And when I go to those places, I always behave on my best behavior.
No, you don't.
Until you turn around.
Right.
Until you look at your phone or you fall asleep.
I made an ass out of myself yesterday at the Bucks series. Well, every year, And a couple years ago, Lene went with me, and it's all these chefs. And I didn't even realize this. Each game, a chef is like the featured chef. So it's the featured product, and it's one different guest a month. So I'm going to hold back the story just in case we can get him on, Jose, on to talk about what ass I made out of myself. But I might be making a lot of money too, because my mistake, I'm going to trademark, could be the biggest thing to ever be made in culinary world.
Really? What is that?
Let's wait till the third hour, and we'll see if Jose will be on. And he was going to do the 12:05, but
I thought you were going to go a different direction with the whole story. I was waiting for like the Tristan Wirfs holdout, or the Vita Vea, and you like locked in. And I was like, bro, you can't say that they're keeping them contained like an animal, like through a contract and negotiations and legal documents. But I thought that's what you were going to say. You got in trouble with the Bucks for making that joke, because it's called a lockout where they can't agree and come to terms. But you're like,
no,
it's locked in again.
It's like, a lock in. Because Vita Vea has been there every day. And what's funny is he always makes these things like, we're filming, and so he puts up a fake camera, or he does something like this, or, like, hey, I'm watching you, watching me, watching you, kind of thing. I think they're going to work it out. I've been told that he did social media yesterday. So we talked to Baker Mayfield yesterday, and it's the Bucks against the world. They play Kansas City. So Jace, is it Jace Swift? Travis.
Kelsey.
Yeah.
Travis Swift.
Right.
You can't change the name just because he married a female.
All right, so let me ask you this question, because I swear to you, I thought of this.
Because usually it's opposite, right?
Hold on a second. Where did that start? How did that start? Now, granted, I was driving the other day and said, who's the one that invented English and Portuguese and Spanish? And, I'm the first person, so you're going to speak whatever I've learned. Who started you lose your name? Like, I am still butthurt that my daughter is no longer a Harris.
Yeah.
What?
Right.
There was talk that wasn't going to happen after the wedding. So
yeah,
I looked that out public, but who starts that?
Well, I mean, you know the difference, like between males and females, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do.
With the females, there's a fee attached. That's just forever. It's always every day. It's like reoccurring, like a subscription. So
I don't get it. But okay.
No, but it's just a different time and world, man. We're living in a different place now.
All right. So one of my closest friends, I love this guy. I took a picture with this guy at the White House. We will discuss until Gage Young comes on next couple of minutes. The Dean Thomas saga. Hey, give me your thoughts on that. And
man, that's tough. I'm gonna be honest. If it wasn't your best BFF, and like I know how you vouch for people, and your opinion matters, I would have roasted this dude. And I'm like, he didn't want to be in the corner anyway. You could tell from his voice and just his energy in between rounds before he even said anything afterwards. So
I'm going to disagree, and not because he's my guy. And I do have Dean's back, and I told him I had his back. Yeah. And I wasn't aware of this statement at first. So as soon as the fight was over, I tweeted him, or I texted him and said, hey, if you're available, I'd love to get you on next Wednesday. And, I didn't hear anything from him. And then the whole saga went down. And I texted him and said, I just saw your apology, where he said that he, always will have Jillian back. And, they've been together for a long, long time. And I said, as you know, I'll always have your back. Again, we've talked about this, friendship, but when right is right and wrong is wrong. And he came out and people are like, it was a fake apology. It's like somebody, when I wished him congratulations on his wedding, he's like, that's fake. First of all, how do you know it's fake? Do you personally know Dean Thomas? Do you personally know blah, 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 blah? If you do, then yeah, you can tell if it's fake or not. I have known Dean Thomas for a long, long time. I do believe he was sincere. He said, I was wrong. I was an ass. I stole the moment from Jillian. Should have waited till Monday during this. I believe all that. And whether you like him or dislike him, we've all said things publicly that we regret. And we hope it'll eventually go away. And it doesn't change who you are. Now, it has, is it broken relationship with Billy and Dean? Dean has cornered her for how long? Dean has been out of that game kind of per se, but he stayed with Jillian that long. How many corners have had bad days? I'm not saying that he wasn't invested in the fight, because I think he was. I didn't watch him in the corner. I did see him one time when he comes in and he talks, whatever. I think, and rightfully so, people are upset Dean said that. Now, obviously, there's more to it, because Jillian's like, I'm not accepting his apology. You know where I stand with apologies anyway. I don't like them, and, it just means you got caught and that kind of thing. He spoke out of turn, and I didn't take what he said as bad as everyone is saying how bad it was for the timing. I believe that he said that he had been ready to move on from cornering. He's working UFC at the same time. Right. Bouncing back and forth, and he runs back and he puts on the suit that you got to wear to the corner, and then he runs back in to get dressed to do the commentating. And I think it says a lot about him. He's continued with her. Still, what he did, the timing of what he did, I totally get. She was obviously dejected, and some people are like, let's rewatch that fight. I'm not dumping on Jillian, but she really was never in the fight. And for sure. The comment was, I was going to ride with Jillian until the end. Mm-hmm. Dean's my guy.
And they knew they were dejected in the corner. They knew she was getting manhandled, pardon the term. She was getting fee handled by Dern, and she had no answer. There was no answer. She had no forward progression, no explosiveness.
We'll get back to talking about Dean. Let's get our first UFC guest, as we get guests every week for Fight Week. We've had Gage before. Welcome back, Gage Young. Gage, how are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you guys?
We appreciate your time as always. I know that it's not like last second, but it is a late replacement. And I always ask all of you fighters, is it like double-edged sword? It's good and it's bad. It's kind of like you're tired of training, you're tired of thinking of this, opponent. Now it rejuvenates you for the next week or 10 days or whenever this change was made.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to look at it, man. Honestly, I was just hoping that they found somebody. I'm in the best shape of my life. I've worked relentlessly for the last 8 weeks. So to get cancellation the week before fight week, it's like, dude, they could put whoever they want in front of me. Like, I'm ready to rock. So I was just keeping my fingers crossed that they found somebody, and thankfully they did.
Talk about what fight week is like. And I always judge, a lot of times, and I hate picking fights. I don't pick fights, for numerous reasons. One, because I know so many of you fighters. God forbid I pick against somebody. And when you're friends, you get your ass beat because you're friends. It's just a media. Right. It's different. So I don't do that. But I always say that I'd like to wait until weigh-ins on Friday morning to see how the fighter is and what they look like. I also look at the interviews on Wednesday. And I've got to be honest with you, look relaxed. You look fresh. You look like you're calm, where a lot of times fighters, you can tell it's fight week. It's fight week. Talk about fight week. Talk about that.
Yeah, fight week's a weird one. You're full of nerves all week long, but I feel like a young veteran in this game now. I have like 26 total fights. I've been doing this for a long time. So, every fighter's got a different number, man. Like, I train with guys who their number's like 8. They need to be up. They need to be like rah, rah. And I'm a middle of the road guy. I'm like a 5 or a 6. I like to be cool, calm, collected, thought out, So I think everybody's got a different number. And the longer you do that, the more comfortable you are at finding that number and, just kind of sitting in that pocket until it's go time.
Funny you bring up a number. I'll throw it to you, Matt, after this one. Your opponent has 0 number. Does that, not that you need more motivation, but is it kind of like, you got to get 0 off?
Breaking up.
Can you hear us? Okay, there?
I think I lost you guys for a second. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. You got us? Maybe not.
Randy's like, you look so fresh. His eyes all busted up, bruising. I'm like, he looks war ready. He's like battle tested. He's like, Randy's like, you look so fresh.
What's going on?
Can you hear us, Gage?
There he is.
Are you back?
Give money.
What's happening?
Well, that ain't good. Great radio.
We could talk amongst ourselves.
Bro, do I have something like downloading back here or something?
I'll do this. I think Gage is probably going to be. Let's do this. Call back.
Breaking up real bad, bro. Do I have something downloading in the background? Or
All right, we kicked him out. Hopefully, he'll come right back.
Like,
It's hard to tell him that he can't hear us. He might have seen it down at the bottom. So hopefully he does call. So to kind of finish on the Dean thing, I feel bad for him because he's been great to Knockout Radios and great to me personally. I did his first interview, and I've talked about this, numerous times. The Buccaneer training camp in Orlando. A good quality guy. I mean, I love the guy to death. I'm loyal to him. He's loyal to me, and he's going to lose fans. We all do that, but we've all said things, and I don't think he said something he doesn't believe. I just think he said something that he believes that he said at the wrong time.
Out of frustration, right? I think frustration built up because when you're helpless, when your fighter isn't like in the fight
Let's try to
competitively,
see if we got Gage back.
it's
Gage, you back?
hard.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's all you young people use, all these internets and all this social media. Us old guys.
I have
just
no
don't.
idea what I'm doing. I don't have any idea what I'm doing either, brother, to be honest with you.
So what I was asking is, you can't be more motivated than you're already motivated. So it's stupid for me to say, when you look at somebody that has a 0, no losses, can you be more motivated than you already are?
Oh, man, that doesn't mean nothing to me at this point. Like, this kid only has 8 fights total. He has 3 amateur fights, 5 pro fights, and, he's not fighting the best guys in the world. He's never fought somebody with as much discipline as me, with as much battle experience as me. I'm a real battle-tested individual. I've been to the late rounds with veterans of the game. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly in there, and he's used to being a hammer. I'm going to make him the nail this time and see how he does whenever he's uncomfortable.
Go ahead, Matt.
All right, so you're from the town of Travis Swift. Randy and I were talking earlier about giving up last names. So if you met someone of stature, would you give up the name Young?
No.
Well, and
that's crazy.
Well,
that's crazy business.
That's what I said.
I'm actually already engaged. I'm already engaged, man. I already got a wife. We just found out a couple weeks ago that we got a baby on the way too.
Wow,
so
congrats.
We're locked in,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
We're locked in. I appreciate it, bro. Yeah, we've been together for like coming up on 10 years now. So we've been high school sweethearts for a long time. That's my rock.
It's I'm sure everybody has told you, your family, your friends, children change your life like no other. But I'm going to tell you what my parents told me. You love your kids. You love your kids to death. Down the road, it's in me now. You're too young for this. But when you get grandchildren, it's like the best thing on planet Earth. Because you can send them home. You can spoil them. I've spent more money on my 6-year-old granddaughter than my 40-year-old son and my 32-year-old daughter in their lives.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Well, God willing, I make it that long, man. It's a blessing just to even, see something like that come to fruition. So that would be amazing to, one day be a grandpa. That's what I'm hoping for.
For sure. How has that already changed your life? Are you already thinking differently being a future father?
Nah, man, not really. I'm just kind of keeping the main thing. And right now I got a fist fight coming up on Saturday. So I don't want to overwhelm myself with, putting the pressure of having a baby on the way and, worrying about money and shit like that. Like, I just got to go in here and perform. And, this is the last fight on my contract. So I'm looking to get in there and put on a good show and show that I belong here. And I'm looking to earn a second contract with this one. So, yeah, man, I'm focused on Stanley or Stanville, and that's it.
Go ahead, Matt.
So Gage, you seem like you have such a good disposition of like not having a lot of enemies, but if you got to call one out, got to call out one person to fight you inside of an octagon, real or fictitious, alive or dead, who would get that call from Gage Young?
Cody Steele is getting that phone call because he's the one who pulled out, and I'm not buying the whole injury thing, man. Injured individuals don't continue training through the month, and they don't set up seminars. You know, this guy's teaching seminars. He's still training, and word on the street is he was walking around real big, man. I think he was pretty heavy. So I don't know if I'm buying the whole injury thing. I think that he was in for a tough weight cut, and he was in for a tough fight against me, and he weaseled his way out of it. But he's not going to get away from me that easy. So if I had to do one call out, which I'm planning on doing this weekend, it's going to be Cody Steele.
If you could collect one thing, are you a collector? And if you do collect, or even if you're not, is there one thing that you'd like to acquire sometime in your lifetime, whatever that be?
Yeah, maybe like a joyride car, I think would be really cool. Like getting like an old school, like classic muscle car or something, just to like cruise around in, not even the daily drive. But dude, with the car market, it's so crazy. Like some of the older cars are going for, just as much as the newer cars. So, but yeah, if I could acquire one thing, it'd probably be like an old school cruiser, something like that, something to throw the lady in and hit the town in and cruise around. That would be cool.
It's not just cars that are crazy. We have a card sponsor, a collectible card sponsor, and he said that somebody just pulled an autographed card of one of the soccer players. So for $19,000, a pack for $6.
That's ridiculous, man. I'm kind of into the Pokemon stuff, and some of the prices on the Pokemon cards nowadays are just absolutely insane. So it's like, I know collecting's big, and it's kind of a weird one because, it's taking the hobby away from young people, and it's starting to be like almost like older guys are looking at it as an investment. So they're like kind of stealing that hobby from the youth. So it's crazy what's going on with the card business right now.
So what's that? Okay,
you see these videos all the time, and I was watching somebody in a Target or a Walmart recently. He had collector T-shirt that said collector on the back, and I followed him, then watched him go to trading cards, and he feels the packs, and you can feel if one's heavier or if something's in it. So he's definitely ruining the hobby because he's buying them to go and resell, and that bothered me. So I understand what you're saying. It was not right.
Yeah, that's dork behavior.
For sure. Go ahead, Matt.
So Gay, what's that dream car, man? Like what's it look like? Describe it? Like a color scheme, like engine performance?
I don't know. I really love the old school Impalas, like a 67 Impala, I think is beautiful. Maybe like a smoky gray, something like that with some rims on it. That would be dope. Or I really like some of the like Japanese tuner cars too, like the old school RX-7s are beautiful as well. Yeah, I would lean towards something more American though. I'd probably go with an old school Impala, something like that.
Oh yeah.
Let's go back to, and it'll be my final question. Is there a Pokemon card that you're looking for? Not a ridiculously stupid, $1 billion card. Is there a realistic? Do you play the game? You're looking for a certain card or what?
No, I'm not really like looking for anything in particular. I like I think like anything from the generation 1 is dope. I love the first generation of Pokemon. So like maybe an old school like generation 1, something like that. Something old. Actually one of my buddies got me a Gen 1 Azumarill, and it's all cased up and it's super dope. So it's like I like the older ones,
Okay, well I'll make a call to my Ryan Westner. He owns Rhino Car, or I may even run over there.
I'd appreciate that.
See what's in there, and I'll see what
man. I'd appreciate that.
Try to acquire for you.
Gabe, yeah, thank you, brother.
Again, thank you for your time. You've done the program before. Hopefully, you'll be on again. Enjoy the week, and more importantly, have fun on Saturday.
Yes, sir. Will do. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Take care. That is Gabe Young. Back in the octagon this weekend, Saturday in
Yeah, or Sacramento.
I've been there before.
Yeah. I think it'd be cool. It's a fight town, right? I mean, didn't the Diaz brothers make it a fight town?
The Diaz brothers, or is that where Uriah Faber's gym is?
Oh, is it? Okay. All right. Yeah. No, you're right. Because it's I don't know what it is. Sacramento, Stockton. That's where they're from. Stockton,
Right.
California.
Yeah, they're from Stockton. I
No,
think
so, right.
Uriah's from Sacramento.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And I'm sure I've told you this story. So we walked from the UFC hotel to Uriah's gym. If it was Sacramento, I think it was, but like I said, I barely remember who I am. And we walked by a Scientology office, and my good friend Miletich went in like he was going to sign up.
They probably treat him better than everywhere else he goes. I mean, they're nice. They're super nice when you go in. Like,
Yeah.
too nice. It's creepy
sign.
nice.
Until you sign.
Yeah. It's but they're super nice.
On Friday night, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers played the New York Football Jets. I know that it's normally said the New York Football Giants. That's
New York.
That's a Knicks jersey. I don't think that's a Jets jersey because Jets would be green. I made the corporate decision, and originally we were going to do it on Sunday. And then Sean said, why don't we do this on Friday instead of Sunday just because of time? So we rent a car just on Friday. We went and did the real weigh-ins, then drove about 2 hours to Hershey, Pennsylvania. Have you ever been there?
No.
You know what's in Hershey, Pennsylvania?
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also Hershey Park. So we're going to have the PR director from Hershey Park on. And
is it like Willy Wonka? Is it like all chocolate factory? And is it like just chocolate everywhere?
No, it's just an amusement park. But attached outside of it is a big Hershey store.
Okay.
You know, like the M&M store. I will say this, as weird as this is, and I'm going to assume it's because it's fresher, but I bought some Reese's, and they were awesome. They tasted different than the store. Again, how long have they been on the store shelf? How long did it take to get there? And we'll ask whoever we're going to have on from Hershey Park. But they hooked us up. So we had passes. I believe they have most roller coasters of any amusement park here in the country, the east side of the Mississippi, or maybe just in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I'm not sure. But I think they had like 18 roller coasters.
Wow.
And I would make that 2 hours. I would drive 2 hours. Now I didn't. I made Sean drive there and back. But it was a lot of fun. And if ever in the area, nationwide audience, go check out Hershey Park, because it was. Just don't hit the horse and buggy of the Amish as they're going by you.
So you're still riding roller coasters at 67. Roughly. Okay, roughly. But like that's great. Dude, do you know how strong that is?
One of the roller coasters, I guess the baby brother to Gaza, whatever that Gardens. You lean over and it's craziness. Absolutely craziness. And yes, we do need to talk about that. That Bella Meir makes her debut at Dana White Contender Series.
Yeah.
She is a phenom.
Yeah. Like Brock Lesnar's daughter, right? Like that's it's crazy that their daughters follow their footsteps like that. It's pretty cool though. See.
I jumped out of I didn't even realize I was in the private. I jumped into the chats. We do have quite a people in there. Thank you. I apologize. I know that Lene's taking care of a lot of that's there, but it was a lot of fun. It truly was. What other bitches do I have? I'm going to say the food door because it's classic. From the food event, we will have passes to give away to the Tampa Bay Fest food fight.
Yeah,
and I feel bad for you because you will not be in attendance.
Is that the one I knocked you out at years ago?
First of all, you didn't knock me out. You broke the damn
There's video.
All right, show the video.
I think it was an uppercut or like a body shot. I can't remember which one it was.
Show the video. What will you get? If you knocked me out, I will give you the Oscar Schmidt game jersey signed by Oscar Schmidt, and legend. When it's proven not, what do I get? What do you have of value that I would even want?
Oh, you could have my brain.
No,
No,
I
it's
definitely don't want
priceless.
that.
It's priceless.
So the story, I'll tell the story of what happened, because I told Joe Marquis, the moron that was with me at the food fight last time. So it's one of those 360 camera videos that they shoot. So the moron who's next on this radio show, and we get on it, and it's a balancing. So we're both on the opposite side, and we're balancing. It's jackass. Like throws a fake punch. So now it's getting a little aggressive. And then what does he do? He backs off. Well, really, he backed off. I fell off. And he broke the thing.
No, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch the thing. That was you.
No,
Like,
it was you, because you threw the balance off. And then when I fell off, it broke. It kind of fell toward. And Lay was there. So
first rule in Fight Club is protect yourself at all times. I kept my foot moving light. You got to be impressed with the footwork, though, on that balancing board, and then the quick steps to get away from the light that's spinning around at a 360. That's pretty good.
we're going to do a giveaway of MMA bobblehead. Dave sent me a couple to give away. So I'm going to leave it up to the audience, and I'm in the chat room right now. I'm going to leave it up to Lay, and we will decide it's not even pay-per-view anymore, a UFC event. And then we'll do some kind of pick, and we'll give away. And since I spoke to Randy Couture last week, we'll give away the Randy Couture one.
Oh, that's dope.
I should give away the Liddell one that I have. It was sent to me in a box with 2 legs, with 2 arms.
You didn't break them like I did?
No, it's supposed to go to you. It's supposed to go to you, but I think I'm going to give it away.
No, I need it as a replacement because Humpty Dumpty fell off the wall.
Did you hear Randy selling off a lot of his stuff?
Randy, no.
Randy Couture.
Well, oh no, he sold his house. I didn't sell his house. I saw the.
Well, he's selling his house, but he's selling a lot of his memorabilia, some of his fight gear, his gloves, some vintage 1920, 1940 posters. You know, and as we were talking, he goes, "Randy, I got all the scrap in a closet. I got all this stuff in." So because of him, I threw 8 T-shirts away.
Did you really?
Yeah, I gave them away.
But at what point do you sell, Randy? Like, because you know your kids don't have any value on sports memorabilia, do they? I mean, do they have interest in it?
No,
So,
I think both kids will want a couple things. You know, not that I want to talk about my death. I appreciate you bringing it up. You know, there's a couple of the signed by cards. You know, I'm working on something pretty cool for my daughter. Speaking of names and stuff, but they don't want any of that crap. You know,
you could literally auction it off on here, and like each week you get rid of something, you sell for value that's on the open market. You tell the story behind it, and then you're done with it. Declutter and all that. It's gone. That's what everybody's doing now. They want to control their nervous system. I got to get rid of all this crap. I got so much stuff. It'd be so great.
I'm pretty sure that's not why they're getting rid of it. They're getting rid of it because it doesn't do anything for them, and they have so much already. I just don't know how I would narrow it down. You know, which signed card poster for UFC 11 is that mean? Well, that would mean more to me because that's the first one I attended. I covered UFC 1. The first one I covered in person was UFC 11. So that one does mean something. Just so happens to be Mark Coleman.
So what about, like, do you have a list of like places to donate, like museums, like to like baseball, to UFC, to whatever, where the stuff you have is so valuable to like the history of those organizations? Like, do you have like museums on standby? Like, hey, if I pass, here's what you guys get, you know, itemized or whatever.
No, because I haven't thought about it like that.
You have a lot of history, bro.
You know,
like
you want it to be like, you know, I'm planning it already. You know, kind of like retirement. You know, and I'm just saying, I hate when a fighter says, "This is my last fight." The last thing I want to do is, all right, when I die, I want to sell this poster, and then 2 weeks later or 22 minutes later, the stint falls out and I pass away. So no, we're not going to talk about what I'm going to do.
Look, we can fund our whole career, and I can get rich off of your stuff.
Yeah,
we could build a monster of a platform, the stories and the history behind it, and the people who buy it, and the auction, and what collections they have.
I got an idea, and this is coming from Stephen Asplund, Go truck yourself.
I'm just saying, your stuff plus my personality is fun. Like, we can get rid of all of it and we'll get rich.
My stuff without you involved is my stuff.
I know, but you need somebody to like bring it out of you, to dig it out, like to let it go. But yeah, like, I mean, that would be cool, man. You got to put together a list of where you would like stuff to go to make sure it ends up in the right place.
It is in my, well, I don't know. Well, I have a trust that you get absolutely nothing, just so you know. Nothing.
I don't know what I would want right now. Honestly, like, I'm losing my interest in stuff.
Good.
Like collecting stuff. Like, unless it has a purpose or a value, I don't want it. Like, I did just buy a molecular hydrogen machine. So I am breathing molecular hydrogen now.
Okay, great. Let's do going gone real quick. All right, and I'm going to break it down. So Rick sent, like he always does, 4, and then I'm going to add 1 to it. Right?
I like this game. This is a cool game.
I'm going to let you pick which ones. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Which one you want to start?
All right. Let's go number 3. Maybe it's my number.
All right, number 3, the great Barbara Eden.
Okay, Barbara Eden.
You know who Barbara Eden?
I've heard of her.
Okay, Barbara Eden's the star. Everybody's poster back in the day from I Dream of Jeannie.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. I remember I Dream of Jeannie. That was my early sitcoms.
She also appeared alongside Elvis Presley in Flaming Star.
I feel like I saw a meme of her that circulated that she had passed, but I don't know if it was real or not. I'm going to say she's still alive.
Born in 1931, next week, she'll be 95 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know who I met?
Who
I met within the last week. And this is my new best friend.
Bilal Muhammad.
This person.
Bilal Muhammad.
No, we ran into Bilal Muhammad at the Reading Terminal, which was kind of fun. No, I met AI.
Oh, the robot?
I met AI.
At the UFC?
You've been on me. Use AI. Talk to AI. Have AI do. Have AI. AI is phenomenal. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't know how to do anything, and I'm going to use AI probably at least once a day for the rest of my life. Let me tell you what AI did. Okay? So I get a new computer because it's a moron. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay. The only thing I'm lucky about is I replaced a computer, what was it, a month ago? Because I need 2 computers when I broadcast from the Apex. And we need another computer for the UFC fighter so that we have, and I'm sure we could just do a cam or whatever. What do I know? So I already transferred everything over. But I have not been able to use my computer because it's not compatible with my 1922 printer.
Okay.
1922. I said it so
the printing press, you're like rolling the wheel. Like,
yeah, whatever.
I go, okay.
So it's not compatible. So I bought a printer, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to use the printer until the computer goes. So I've been using that old computer, and I saved, the new one that I bought. Well, because of said jackass that spilled whatever on my computer, I'm screwed. So while I was in Philly, I ordered another printer because I need to print some stuff this week. The printer showed up at the house Monday. I went into the back room, getting ready to move everything around and get it ready. When I reached out to AI,
Okay.
and I asked, well, we'll get back to the story. We're going to have to move on. So just remind me to get back to the AI story. But right now we're going to go back out UFC-wise. And welcome to the program, MarQuel Mederos. McClellan, how are you? Sorry, my fault.
There we are.
How are you today?
Good, man. Hey, I want to hear some stories too. I like stories.
Oh, I got stories out there. If you want to hear stories, you'll be on the show until you fight on Saturday.
Okay, all right. I'll listen in.
I've covered the UFC longer than anyone in the world. What story you want to hear? I was there day one. I was covering UFC 1. So, but I'll fill you in on all those down the road. Right now, this is about you.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Talk about fight week. What's fight week like for you?
It's smooth, man. I think it's actually the most peaceful week of all of fight camp because you do all this preparation for war, right? The war is actually the easy part. It's the preparation for war. It's the preparation for battle. So fight week is like the vacation before war.
It's funny. You're only the second person to ever say it that way. Eve Edwards, I always say, all of you young people always call everybody brother, brother, brother. Eve is more like my son. That's how much difference we are in age. And Eve told me exactly what you said. Once you get your fight week, that's the reward. All the hard work is what you did to get to this point. And then I call it, until I got yelled at by someone who doesn't celebrate Christmas. I say Saturday's like Christmas. It's like your reward. And they're like, well, I don't see Christmas. What would it be? And then I said birthday. And then I know there's some people that don't celebrate birthdays. So I got to come up with that. But so, yeah, this is just your reward to get through this week, for what is going to go down Saturday.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's interesting because people don't see they don't see anything but those 15 minutes, right? Like you got to think of people. I mean, we have lives just like everybody else, but people never, unless you're like a crazy character like a Muhammad Ali or something like that, like you don't really see much of outside of our lives. So they get to see those 15 minutes, but like I said, it's more to it than just that.
Well, and that's what I'm pretty proud of Knockout Radio. We talk about the field a little. I covered the NFL, talk about football a little, but it's more about getting to know you, getting to know what you're doing outside, what makes you tick, what you like, what you don't like. Let's get people to get to know you, and then that brings, more fans. Fans will follow somebody that they like, and I think this is important, dislike. You get more fans when people don't like you because they're going to tune because they want you to lose.
Shout out Ian Gary, man.
That's true. And like I said, I've covered it long, and I know that people didn't like him, but I didn't realize they dislike him as much as they do. And Islam, I thought somebody would have cheered Ian. I was there in Philly. I don't even think his family cheered him.
Yeah, that's crazy. So, hey, luckily I'm not on that end of the stick, but that's like nobody likes you. Like it's dislike, but then it's like you got to have a couple people rooting for you.
Talk about, I was in Miami. What went through your mind? And it's funny because I have a story very similar to what happened, but you're not going to like you like the outcome better of yours than the outcome of the one I judged. Talk about the emotions from everything that happened down in Miami.
It was interesting, right? I'll just run you kind of what was running through my head in the scenario. So, I figured it was a close fight. Obviously, I think going after the third round, I had a good third round. I was like, cool, we'll go to the judges' scorecards. But once I got the eye poke, I was like, fuck, like,
he said,
sorry. I was like, darn it.
Jeez.
Right there, almost.
I said, man.
Gee willikers.
I said, man, I don't know if it's gonna go my way. Obviously, they announced that I lost. Go to the back. Typically, when you go to the back in the UFC, I don't know if you guys know. You've been covering, so I'm assuming for a long time. If you lose, they get you out of there. like you got your pity party at the hotel. Go to that hotel and have your pity party there. So I sat there for about an hour and a half, which is not normal. I'm like, what is going on? Something popped up on the screen. I didn't hear anything. I still haven't seen it to this day. But I guess Joe Rogan announced that it was a draw. And I think I don't know. A draw sometimes still feels like a loss. You only get one check. It's not like I gotta win. Emotionally, I think I was just kind of neutral or numb to it. I more just looked at the fight and then the lesson that I learned from the fight. So,
do you kind of have an issue with sometimes they take a point, sometimes they don't, sometimes they give? And can you explain the difference between a warning, stern warning, harsh warning, I'm going to warn you one more time warning?
Yeah, it's interesting because to that note, right? in that fight, I didn't. When I'm fighting, I'm like, I don't care if it's genuinely not hurting me, I do not care. But I got kicked in the nuts twice that fight. And even Keith Peterson came up to me. He came up to me in between one of the rounds because he did one of them right at the end of a round break. And he was like, "Do you need your time?" And I'm like, "No, we're fighting. Like, I don't need extra time. We're fighting. Let's get it done right now." So it's interesting because like, okay, I did two eye pokes. He hit me twice. I mean, he hit me in my, probably twice. So it's interesting because you never know. It's kind of by the ref's discretion. So it's just a weird scenario. You just don't know. I just think my job is just to show up and fight. So I can't say whether I care more or less. If it happens to me and I'm genuinely hurt, then I will be hurt. But if it happens to me and I can fight, I won't even complain. I won't bat an eye. If you poke me in the eye and nothing feels bad, I'm not going to bat an eye. We're going to fight.
Well, that's what fighters do, right? Or at least that's what they're supposed to do. I judged an event a couple weeks ago. It was a boxing event. And in boxing, and I mainly judge MMA, but in boxing, if you get a knockdown, it's fine. So there was knockdown in round one, and then he lost the next 2 rounds. So I'm not a mathematician, but that's a draw. I put my card in, and they call a winner. And I'm like, all right, maybe the other 2 guys didn't take the point. So I go to one of the other judges, I won't say names, and I said, how did you score that? And he said a draw. I'm like, all right, so that's 2 draws. How is there a winner? Then I go to the third judge, and he said, no, I had it 29-28. So how does he win? I go to commission. I go, I don't understand. It's not my fight, so I'm not, raising the beef, but there's 2 draws and 1 29-28. How did he win? Oh, that's our rules.
What?
Yeah.
Man, I would have been sick if I was that fighter.
I felt bad. It's not my place to go to the fight. It's my job's to judge and, dues on them. But could you imagine that it should have been a legitimate draw, no questions asked, and he lost the fight because he decided 29-28 these 2 draws.
Was it a professional or amateur?
Amateur.
Oh, he'll get over it. Get over it.
Oh, but it's eventually you will.
It don't count. It's
but
like Allen Iverson.
How long does it take to get over it? Till your next amateur fight or till your third pro fight? Or
I mean, no, I think I even think of boxing, they do more amateur fights than us. Like they do a ridiculous amount of amateur fights. So I think it's more about the experience. I think, in my opinion, your amateur career, you're supposed to take the hardest fights. You're supposed to lose a couple fights because if you have nothing but perfection and easy fights in your amateur career, once you go pro and you have a little bit of adversity, there's gonna be some issues there. So I would just roll with the punches. Okay, now I understand the rules. I understand them as an amateur. Now I know if I fight in this same commission next time or the same state next time, I know I need to finish the job.
or not fight in that commission or that state.
Or that too.
Good, Matt.
That might be a better option.
MarQuel, it's obviously you like to have a good time, man. So, is there a preloaded question that you wish somebody would ask you in one of these interviews, and you have a preloaded answer? You're like, man, I wish a mother would ask me this. I could just say that about this. Is there something you want to get off your chest out there?
Man, get off my chest. I've been waiting to say this for a long. No,
yeah, let it go.
Nah, man. I just kind of, I definitely like to have fun, but I'm kind of just a go with the flow guy. Like, whatever they ask, typically more questions are, especially when it comes to fighting, they're pretty typical. I kind of know what to expect. So it is. I actually like getting off the wall questions because it's like it's not the mundane. How do you feel, brother? I felt the same way I felt yesterday. Like good. Like so it just if I get something, I'll answer it. But if not.
So do you collect anything? Like, do you collect any souvenirs or collect fight shorts or what? Collect anything in general?
I just recently got into collecting like that. Well, it's a little bit egotistical because Topps made a card of me, like the little UFC cards. So I just got recently into collecting those, more of my own. But I still like collecting them. I like collecting those. And then anything I can get my hands on with is where somebody who's done something great. Like if I can get my hands on like a Tom Brady jersey or that sign or something like that. Like, cause I just love greatness. I never really was a guy who followed teams, but I follow individuals who done things great. So
I've thrown this up to a couple of the fighters, and I don't, to the best of my knowledge, nobody has done it yet. Maybe you will. What you should do is, to those monotonous questions, change your answer. So don't have this answer and then really throw them into, well, 2 days ago he said.
hey, next time somebody asks me how I feel, I'm gonna be like, horrible. I don't even want to be here right now. They can be like, what, really? That'll switch up the whole interview, though.
No, for sure. You know, and when you were talking, Tyrone Booze, who a former WBO cruiserweight champion, was in his entourage when he went to defend his title in Germany. They offered him, where you were talking about when you lose, typically they shuttle you off and take you right back to the hotel. So they offered money for the post-fight press conference. They offered it. We went to the fight in limo. Tyrone lost his title to Mark Spots. He had to somehow find a cab because nobody spoke English now. The guy who wanted the photo op and was paying, him the $1,000 and we were going to get him a safe spot never showed up. So I know what you were saying, how on a dime, things definitely do change.
100%. 100%. That's a crazy story.
Oh, it was, yeah. They took us to our first gym was like, he was supposed to work out in for the week, was like a health spa. And he's like, I want to be in a gym. I don't want to be in a health club. And so then they take us to a gym that you have to walk through a strip club. And it's in the basement of a strip club. That's not bad if you're not there to work. You're there to work. That's like I say to all you fighters, no matter where you are, do you get out? Do you walk around? It's a work week. Do you take advantage of, you're in Vegas, you're in Paris, you're in Japan, you're in, wherever.
If that was me in that scenario and the gym was in the back of the strip club, I might have threw a couple jabs on a couple butts just to get the timing right. Then when it worked out.
It's a great strategy. Yeah, that's how world champions are made.
You got to understand, the jab is going to teach you the recoil to come back to the face.
Yeah.
Let me know next time you train. We're going to come hang out with next time you train.
So no better motivation than that.
No, but genuinely though, I don't know. I'm trying to, as I'm becoming more of a vet and becoming more just experienced in the game, you got to think, I started fighting at 20 and then I got to the UFC at 26. I went pro at 24 or 23 and got to the UFC at 26. So a lot of these experiences are new, but I haven't took full advantage of them. I think Miami was the first fight where I've actually walked around. I usually just chill in the hotel, man. I'm a chill guy, but I probably should take a little bit more of the experience of fight week into
MarQuel, before Randy jumps back in. And you're talking about dates. When you're looking across at Randy, he was in the War of 1812. I mean, Randy's so old. You're like, oh, so young. I was like, I was 20 here. What year are we talking about, MarQuel? And how old were you, Randy, in that year?
Damn. So when I was 20, what year is it? 20. 20. Damn, my math. Hey, I got a little CTE. Hold on.
Math is hard.
Hold on, man. Hold on. 9 years ago, fellas. What year is it? So 2016, 2017?
Yeah, 27.
Yeah. So how old were you in 2017?
Well, 27. First, I don't tell my age because I don't want people to know how old I am. But
math is hard.
Let's just say this: I'm pretty sure that I've been married. Well, I know for a fact I've been married longer than you've been alive.
Hey, and you know what? That's nothing but respect. That's a lot of wisdom right there. And I appreciate the service as well.
Oh,
yeah. Well, they should treat it like that. After you serve a certain amount of time, you get out for good behavior. At least prisoners have something to look forward to. That marriage is till death. That's just forever.
Hopefully, you have
something to look forward to every day.
People listen, and not to bore you with a lot of this stuff. I'm a loser with my wife. Imagine what I am, what I'd be without her. She's the greatest female I've ever met in my life. Well, second greatest female I've ever met in my life.
So who's the first?
Well, obviously my mom, but not counting her because that's an obvious. The greatest female I've ever met in my life is my mother-in-law. Was my mother-in-law.
Okay.
And people are like, not your wife? And I go, my wife is who she is because of my mother-in-law. And
Mm.
I married up. I got lucky. I'll tell you what. She bribed me with food in the military.
Mel, if she's bribing you, it sounds like she got lucky because people
No.
don't bribe things they don't want.
She's like, anybody want to
Mel.
go eat? I have an extra meal ticket. Let's go. And we married.
She was looking at you when she said that.
Okay. All right. Now you're making me feel better about myself. I appreciate it.
Randy said, "Yeah, I got a few minutes I can spare for you, baby."
On the menu. All right, we've taken enough of your time. Let's end it with this. Talk about Saturday, how exciting it's going to be for you, your thoughts when the light switch flips, and what can the fans expect?
When the lights turn on and MarQuel's walking to the cage, I'm gonna put on the show. I'm gonna make a statement. This is it's a great opportunity. Mason Jones is a hell of a fighter, but I think I am caliber a little bit above him. So I plan to go make a statement. I plan to go put on a performance, and if we don't, we're gonna die trying. So I appreciate you guys.
How busy are you on social media? Do you interact on social media, and which platforms are you?
I am on social media, probably not as much as I should with all these guys these days, twerking and doing all the things on social media.
Randy,
if you want to go follow my social media, it's MarQuel Mederos on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I will try to put out more content because I know that's the name of the game nowadays. But you know, we find a little motion as the ocean moves, man.
Randy, if you want to be as big as Rogan, you got to start twerking in videos at all the UFC events. Look, you'll go viral, Randy. You go viral.
Oh, look though. Tell me not. These guys act real out of character to get these views.
Like the guy, the greatest entertainer ever, he bumps into like John Jones and pretends like, they go hundreds of millions of views, traveling the world.
I don't see me twerking, but what I do see
Randy.
is I'll reach out to all social media. We do a Victory Wednesday as well. So touch base, and I'd love to have you on next Wednesday for Victory Wednesday. Next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Victory Wednesday after the dub. Let's do it.
All right, let's talk. Appreciate your time. Enjoy the week.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellas.
Go.
Take care. Good stuff. What a good guy.
That's the hook, Randy. You twerking at all these events. Just get a cane or like a walker.
Okay.
That way you can play it off as like a spasm. but you can do it in every public arena.
All right. Back to going, gone. All right. Back to going, gone. Here's one for you. His name is Frank Beard.
Ooh. I know this one. And he is unfortunately gone. Just as of like yesterday.
Yeah, I tried to pull it. I added it. This isn't from Rick's list.
ZZ Top's drummer.
Only clean shaven member of ZZ Top. We're back.
Still had a beard. He was the clean shaven one, but he still had the beard in the name. That is.
Yes, exactly. That's why. Almost pretty funny.
But I didn't know. Who he was, obviously, so I had to Google it, and then then I learned. But I thought James Beard was like the name they would describe him, like, oh, that's my friend James with the beard. Because some people, that's their identity.
All right, go with Tina Louise.
Who is it?
Tina Louise. I'm probably saying her last name wrong.
Okay, Tina Louise. How would I know Tina Louise?
From Gilligan's Island.
Okay. All right. I'm going to say that she is passed. She's gone.
Tina Louise, if I'm pronouncing her name right or wrong, she is the last surviving member.
Wow.
We finally missed one of Gilligan's Island. Born in 1934. She's 92 years old.
Was she the brunette?
No, I think she was the model. So was that? Was she blonde?
Like reddish hair, kind of.
No, I thought she was
Ginger
blonde.
or something. Was her name?
Yeah, Ginger. I just said she was Ginger on Gilligan's Island. So, yeah, she was Ginger.
That's it. Yeah, I felt like that was like a shock. But is it sad that you only remember certain things like in your past like that? I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, no, I understand what you're saying. A lot of actors and actresses don't like, to be pigeonholed, and they're known for this role. And my thing is, would people know you? Would you have the career you have today if you didn't do that? Would Henry Winkler be Henry Winkler if he wasn't Fonz?
No.
Now, he was in stuff before. Stallone was in stuff before Rocky. Stallone beat Stallone without Rocky. All right, let me get back to the AI thing. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
thanks for reminding me, which you didn't. So
I did. I wrote it down.
I-
I'm taking notes.
I bought another printer, and I'm getting ready to throw the other printer away that I still have a lot of ink for. And I said, you know what? AI, how do I? And like, you do this. It took 42 minutes of AI telling me stuff to do, and it wouldn't do it, and Apple was blocking it, and you had to do this, and you had to do that. And I think I saved it after 42 minutes. AI, my best friend, thanked me for being patient, as my new computer is now compatible with the old Samsung printer.
All right.
AI is good stuff.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to practice. You know, you got to practice computers and like staying literate and how to keep up with the times.
We don't have to do any of that now. You just do AI does it for you.
Well, that's the point. I mean, like, it's going to be all digital, seamless, where you don't need printers and ink and cartridges. And I mean, things
Have you ever yelled at AI? Have you ever yelled at Siri? Have you ever yelled?
No, like The Simpsons with the old man yelling at the cloud. He's like, you.
I've never seen a Simpson episode. So
Okay, so the grandpa, like, he got dementia and he doesn't know what he's doing, so he just is yelling at a cloud. That's just kind of like an ongoing theme to The Simpsons. But
my wife was laughing her ass off because I was yelling at AI. No, to me.
I mean,
I'm sorry, Randy. I'll try again.
But it doesn't start to replace real relationships. I mean, you call it, you can talk to it anonymously, you can tell it anything, even though it's got restrictions and it won't give you all the good stuff. In fact, I've stopped using most of them because, like, they've banned me from information. But they work, and it's going to change the world. It's going to change the way humans connect. And that's why comedy clubs like Side Splitters, they've got to stay in business, because that feeling is kind of like jitsu. It's like that embrace and the energy and the person-to-person contact. It's a dying art form, and we got to save it.
Well, get out there. You need to every night from 2 to 3:30. You need to be in a club.
I do. No, I have to do it. That's the answer. AI.
No, Frankie
Allen Iverson.
Frankie Edgar's the answer.
Right, Allen Iverson, number 3. Always going to be number 3. Right. I got 2 3s on my shirt. Look, there's 2 Allen Iversons. I got answer 1 and 2 ready to go. But Patrick Ewing.
Isn't that Patrick Ewing?
Oh yeah. There's a name. You know, so like, but I agree with you on the family name thing. I don't want my daughters to give up their name because they married a male. Right. It has to be a male. Well, I guess it could be a female.
Why does it have to be a male?
I guess, but like, I don't want my daughters to give up their last name.
Hold on a second. You said it has to be a male. Why does it have to be a male?
Well, tradition says that it's supposed to be, but like, I guess in today's world, it could be a female. And then you take the female name.
Or the female surname.
Well, yeah.
Honestly, that's your best way of your daughter keeping your last name.
What, to keep it?
Yeah. Keep it.
That's the best way to do it. Just keep it. Don't give it away. It's like you're a UFC champion. Just don't give it away.
I don't know why. Honestly, if anybody wouldn't have changed the name, it would be my daughter. I was really surprised. I thought you might have said, you know what? Yeah, we're married, but I'll put yours as my middle name, or now I have 4 names. My first name, my middle name, your last name, and my last name.
No.
And would that change if you do that? Does the name continue? Like in my family, most of the males in my family have had girls.
Okay.
So both of my children have had girls. My nephew, his wife is pregnant, and I believe it's a boy. So that would, but you know what I'm saying? To keep that name long, and then now I'm going to argue with myself, not AI or you, since Harris really is my last name. Big deal. We're continuing a name that was ours when they came over on the boat.
Yeah, and people don't even use the name anymore. They all have aliases on social media handles. Like, I'm pizza industry spokesman. Most people don't even know my name. I'm Street Nat Matt. Yeah, like, they have no clue who I am. Like on their friend
Somebody
list.
messaged me asking me if I'll be at the PFL this weekend. Ironically, the last time I spoke to this person, let's see if his date is on it, December 8th of 2024.
Okay.
You know what's on this, what's it called? Stream?
Stream.
The name Jeff Gianti.
Oh, yeah.
That's the name, you moron.
Yeah, that's Jeff. Jeff Gianti from the Union and
Didn't I say Gianti?
Yeah.
Didn't I say Gianti? And didn't I say I think it's Jeff? You're like, I don't know, Randy. I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, I was trying to get my notes together. I'm trying to be a professional here.
Since when do you have notes?
Yeah, like Adam Corolla was giving out fire information. I mean, I wrote those 3 things down. You know, why did they need to hear your story? Got to be unique, and you just got to do it. And I got all that lined up. I'm ready. People need to hear what I have to say. It's important, but they don't want to hear it. That's the difference. They need to hear it, but they don't want to hear it.
I have a way for you to be able to tell people whatever you need to know. They'll do it. And I have a way, guaranteed.
Yeah, how's that?
Pay them to show up.
Pay people to show up?
You know, kind of like those timeshare things. You know, or everybody that comes to and attends will get a $50 gift certificate to one of Jeff Gianti's restaurants.
That's cool. I like it.
You need them up with something for the Tampa Bay Comic Convention. We're going to have a booth there. We'll be men in booth.
It's going to be epic.
I got Ryan Westner's going to come and bring some of his Pokemon cards. We're going to set that stuff up. We've got that sweet new 3-dimensional flying banner poster thing. It's going to be a good time. Good stuff.
Hey, going back to the name thing, you know, like Patels, like the Indian families, like they don't. That's like a class of people. It's not like even like a real last name, from what I understand. So it's more like the medical industry and the people come over, but they're all Patels. You know, like, but I guess like it's more important the class you're associated with, right? Than like the actual lineage of your biology. Like, how important is that?
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never been to the best of my knowledge.
Well, like when you're talking like last names and family names, like this is the biology that gets passed down. That's important, right? It's like the chain.
Well, yeah, but the name, like I said, doesn't name matter when it's not really our name. It's Harris has been our name since, like I said, people came over on the boat. But the name that was our name before then is gone, I guess. Well, not I guess. I would assume, right? I don't know anybody else. I didn't spend money on that 23andU and all that kind of stuff. No.
I'm just trying to think about how I feel about it. You know, because I think the biology matters. You know, if it comes from like a supreme genetic makeup, right? Well, like other than that, we all have the same nutrition, environmental exposure. So like we're all pretty much the same equal playing field at this point.
Not really. Because anything when you're playing field, somebody in Tampa has different sunlight than somebody in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's true. But you can manufacture it with red light, so you can get the same benefit.
Yes and no. You know, the same thing, you know, and I know I've said this to you before, and we'll get back to going, gone. You know, like a Whirlwind, I think it's called, is an amusement park in North and South Carolina. So it goes through North Carolina. Who stopped and said, here's the line? Who decided that? And is it any different or any weirder than the same with rain? When it rains, there's got to be a start line and a finish line.
Yeah, who knows, man? I don't know anything about I divided lines,
Am I
predatory.
making you think too much today? Is that what I'm
I
doing?
think it was Thomas Jefferson who like created the land purchase for the Louisiana Purchase, right? But like it was all just boundaries, trees or rocks to like rivers, and then they just started dividing it up into parcels. But yeah, like I don't know, man. It's just a big game. You know, like you have this little parcel, 4 corners. You run out in the world, you grab stuff, you bring it back, you drop it. It's safe. It's yours. And then everybody plays the same game. It's a weird dynamic.
We went to the resting place, Benjamin Franklin.
Okay.
And I found it humorous, and somebody brought up that people were throwing pennies and nickels and dimes, and somebody's like, how come nobody throws $100 bills?
Yeah. Right.
What's the object of throwing, a quarter on there? Throw the $100 and they charge. Here's the thing that doesn't make sense to me. So you're going to charge people to come into a cemetery and come see this gravesite, right? But they leave the section open where Ben Franklin's tomb is. So what's the difference of paying the $9, $19.90, whatever, to get in, or you stand right next to it? You can stand closer to it by not going in.
Wasn't he the one with the kite? Was Ben Franklin the one with the kite that got hit with electricity?
Yeah.
Is that him? Okay. All right. Well, I'm just trying to catch up on history. I don't know that. I wasn't around in that period.
History's not good to you, but history continues on the show as we welcome back to the program Carli Judice. Carli, how are you?
Hey guys, what's up? Thanks for having me on.
I know we talked softball last time. You probably don't remember. I'm the moron that played a long softball game in the Guinness Book Records, yada, yada, yada. Do you miss playing softball? I know you got burned down and you stopped playing. Do you miss it? Do you still play it at all?
No, I don't really play it too much. I go hit every once in a while, like hit the balls and throw, but I don't play like any sort of like competitive way. But I tell people all the time I don't really miss it, but it is something I hold close to my heart forever, right? It's like it was my whole life before fighting, and yeah, I don't miss it necessarily, but I'll never forget the memories and the moments that I had playing it my whole life.
Is the reason that you don't miss it because it was, it was the competitiveness of it being in college and the pressure and the, the typical college sports, professional sport?
Yes, exactly. I think that's where it comes from. It consumed my whole life. I had good coaches, bad coaches. I had people that were tough on me. My dad was tough on me. It was, it had great memories, but also some bad ones that I kind of just left in the past. And it was also a sport that, I feel like it was younger me, and younger me is a totally different person than me now. So I just am fully embracing who I am now and as an athlete, and being a softball player made me the athlete I am today, but I'm completely different, a completely different person and athlete.
I know it's been a little while since you were last on here. Talk about fight week. Are they all the same? I know you sign the posters on Wednesday. You do the media stuff on Wednesday. You do this on Thursday, the wins on Friday. But try to change it up a little just to make it different.
Yeah, fight week is different every single time, just naturally, right? Every fight camp is different. Preparation's different. The vibes are different. But we always try to me and my coaches always say it's just another day. Like it's just another, even fight night, it's just another day. We're going to fight somebody. We fight somebody every day, whether it's sparring, training. It's like, this is what we do. So just because it's fight week doesn't mean it's this big new thing, right? It's just another day in this career, in this world that we get to live in. So we try to keep everything the same with good vibes and having fun. Like we just finished playing some card games, right? It's like we try to stay busy during fight week because there's a lot of sitting around, but we try to keep things as normal as we can. We like to go to the park, walk around, do things that we normally would do at home, just to keep us in the same mindset of this is not something big and huge that we have to be worried about and nervous.
What's the card games you were playing?
I'm sorry, excuse me?
What's the card games you were playing?
Oh, Skip Bo.
Have you ever played
I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. No, for sure. But we just started playing Monopoly. It's a Monopoly game.
That'll kill some time. Monopoly takes a while.
It's less than 10 minutes.
Oh, it's a quick one.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's you can play it numerous times, but so much fun. We played it on a cruise when my wife just went. Go and get it. I'm telling you, it'll kill hours just playing 10-minute games.
Okay, that's great to know. We'll probably go find that later.
You know what? I'll send it to you. I'll get your I'll buy it. I'll send it to you.
Perfect. Thank you.
Go ahead, Matt.
Carli, no, go ahead. Randy, sorry. I lost my train of thought there. Sorry, go ahead.
Do you collect any memorabilia, whether it's albums, posters? You keep the posters that you sign every fight. What do you collect?
I usually keep my fight bras and I put them in like a little shadow box for me to keep, and I keep all my posters, at least one of them, and then I give the rest of them to my coaches because we get 4 each fight, 4 of the posters. One of them comes signed. I give that one to the gym that I train at, my home gym. So yeah, I keep a few other things because every fight means something to me, whether it's one means more than the other. It's like every fight and fight camp that I go through holds a special place in my heart. So I'll always will keep something.
I know that it depends on when you sign. The first person can sign where they want on the poster, and then you look for spots. Do you look for a certain spot, where you sign a poster, or you're just sign it wherever it is? Is it always consistent in the same spot?
No, I sign in different spots depending on where I sit. I am left-handed, so it usually always will be on that side, so I can draw. But one thing I do different is a lot of people sign their name in cursive. I write crispy in print, just crispy. Like print it out so people can see crispy. That's it. I don't want to make it non-legible. It's just I write it in print, not cursive. But that's something I've been doing that I noticed is different from everybody else.
Was your dad an engineer? Were your family an engineer? Like, my dad was an engineer. He made me print. I had to print like a typewriter. I never learned how to do cursive.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's easier for sure.
Yeah. No, we were talking about keeping the good times rolling. We had MarQuel on earlier. And I think Randy, who was in the War of 1812 here, he should do twerk videos on TikTok at all the UFC events. He's been there since #1. He knows Dana. He's the OG of the UFC. So if the OG is twerking at all the events, hyping up the crowd, I think it could go viral.
Absolutely. No, I think that would be awesome. I want to see you there Saturday night twerking in the crowd. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Right, OG.
Well, first I wouldn't be in the crowd. I'd be on media row, but no, I'm not or whatever.
Come on, Randy.
I don't want to say this is the most important question, but I really need to know the answer. What is the secret element to your sourdough bread?
Well, I have to be honest. My sourdough starter died, so I've been off the sourdough kick lately. So I've been making normal bread before this fight camp. And now I'm just in love with white bread because it's so much easier than sourdough. Because you have to keep that thing alive. I don't have kids. All I have is a dog. So I'm not used to having to keep things alive every day. So my sourdough starter died. I might pick it up eventually, but life is busy, man. I train. I don't have time to babysit this sourdough. So I'm back to normal bread. Sorry, guys.
That's the best thing I've ever heard.
The best answer all time.
Bread. But let's be honest, sourdough bread tastes a whole lot better than white bread.
It does, and it's better for you, for sure. But it's just not worth it. Some people, they got the time and the energy. I don't. I'm sorry. I had it for a little while. I had the patience.
All right, so let me throw this out before I throw it to you, Matt. So have you been interviewed this week yet from Sean? Sean from Full Send?
Oh, wait. No.
Okay, so you know who Sean is from Full Send. Make sure you bring up to him that different breads matter.
Right, it is true. I will. That's a good point. I'll bring it up.
We thought about it in Philly last week. I'm from Philly. We were at UFC in Philly, and he's like, all you people worry about bread. It's meat, it's onions in a bread. I'm like, no, the bread matters. So you need to tell them that bread matters. Please.
There's so many different types of bread. People don't even realize.
Can't wait for you to tell them.
And it's all like similar ingredients, but there's different types of ways of making it and baking it that changes the outcome of the bread.
So, Carli, can I ask you a question? Like, did you have an emotional attachment to it? Like when it died? Like, because if you lost a fish or like a pet or like a loved one, was there a mourning process with the sourdough when it died?
No, not really. It died and it sat in my fridge for a while, and I threw away the whole container it was in. I didn't even wash the container. I was just like, I'm done with this. So it was kind of like a fish, like just fish it throw it down the drain kind of thing. I'll get another one later. It was kind of like one of those.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, Carli. I asked Gage earlier. Not that a fighter needs more motivation. I mean, you have all the motivation you need. But when you look maybe the record of your opponent, the record's a 0, no losses. Does that add anything to it? Does it add more excitement? Does it put more pressure? Or records mean nothing?
To me, records mean nothing, right? As my whole career, I've fought in people with more experience, better records. So I'm not really worried about it. I know that when I step in that cage and the
I mean, records don't matter, but
internet does.
does. Yeah, internet does. Yeah.
Sorry.
She's back.
Somebody was calling me, dude. I had to exit out. All right, where do we finish off? Records don't matter to me if that's, I'm not scared of anything. When the cage doors close, it's who's going to show up on fight night, who has more skill, and who's going to execute it. So that's all I'm worried about.
What does it take to flip that switch? This Carli that we're talking to today will be a different Carli on Saturday when the cage door shut. So does it flip on the way in? Does it flip at the fake way Friday afternoon? When you get to the arena Saturday, when does it flip?
I usually tell people once I get to eat again, I'm me again and I'm ready. So it's like I don't really even care about the fight till after weigh-ins. I get to eat and now I'm like, all right, the work was done. I made the weight. Fight camp is over. Now I'm gonna punch the girl in the face. Right? I'm always thinking about the fight, but like I am locked. I am ready to hit somebody after I am fed again. So I usually start to switch.
What do you eat? What will you eat Friday at 11:30, and then what will you eat after the fight? I imagine it's two entirely different things.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The UFC provides food for us after the fight to make sure everything's clean and the amount of carbs we need to take in and everything. Like they have it all planned out. So after the fight, I'm probably going to be, right after weigh-ins, I'm probably going to be eating like pastas, carbs, stuff that they provide for me. They even give bread pudding sometimes and banana bread. That's like my favorite part. But after the fight, we're going to get burgers, we're getting cookies, donuts, anything that I can keep down, I'm going to probably eat.
Carli, so you don't care about records. I do. So I've got my old school record here. This one is money over sex. Recently, Elon Musk said that women would prefer 6 cars over a 6-pack. So your thoughts on Elon Musk talking about the importance or lack thereof of a 6-pack?
I'd prefer like 6 donuts instead of a 6-pack. Honestly, I don't care about cars either. And 6-packs are great because, it's cool and all, but it's cutting weight's hard, and I like to eat. So I'd say 6 donuts. Not even 6 cars.
Do all 6 donuts are they all the same, or do you want 6 different types?
Oh, I want different types, but I for sure want some glazed and chocolate in there, and then the rest can be like Biscoff, strawberry cheesecake, different things. I like to try special flavors.
See, back in the day, early UFC, when the weigh-ins, the actual weigh-in was in front of fans sometimes, and your opponent was there at the same time, and then they did the face-off. Eve Edwards would always come up to weigh in with a donut or with something, and he's eating the donut while he's weighing in. Not only to get in that he's eating, but that's something maybe we should try to have you do at some point.
No, maybe I definitely thought about that. I want to start to add something like that in because it's so me,
That would be perfect. All right, let's end it with this. Saturday, you're back in the octagon. Talk about how excited you are to get back in and what the fans can expect when you do back to work on Saturday.
Man, I'm so excited. This is what ever since I started training 5 years ago, this is what I live to do. This is what I love to do. But, all the preparation goes into fighting, but all fighters want to do is fight. Like, we want to be locked in that cage and go. And that's what I'm the most excited for, obviously. To get to show everything we've been working on. I get to show this work of art that I put together every day because that's what I want to do. Every time I step in there, make a work of art and show it to the people. So that's what I'm trying to do Saturday night. A knockout would be great, but obviously I'm going to be patient, look for my shots, and then whatever happens, happens. But I'm definitely shooting for my 4th straight win in a row and then go get some donuts after and spend time with the people I love because I miss my family. Fight camp is taxing. You sacrifice a lot. But this is what I love to do. So I'm ready to be locked in that cage.
And then after the fight, I'm going to message you later today to get wherever you want me to mail the Monopoly game and see if you can win 4 consecutive Monopoly games.
Absolutely. I should be able to. So we'll see.
We appreciate your time. Enjoy the week. Have fun on Saturday.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Wow. Awesome.
That was good stuff. That was
Carli,
awesome.
so
I hate that I'm kicking them out. It's so brutal, but they don't know to leave, and they want to leave, they want to get out, they want to move on. Yeah, if I'll reach out to her and I'll have it to her house. Hopefully, well, it would be at wherever she wants it sent before she gets. I could probably even send it to the hotel.
Yeah, probably could.
It's a fun card game. It really is. And my wife wants to kill me every time we play because I have to throw. I mean, if you're going to play a game, you play to win, right? You play to win games.
Yeah, I mean, well, I think competitiveness is dying. I think you don't see as much of competitiveness anywhere as you used to, unless it's on the road. People are trying to jockey for position in the traffic. But other than that, competitiveness is dying off, man, and intensity is dying off. You can't play intramural basketball hard. You can't play softball hard, and it's a different world we live in.
When we went on the last cruise, we took the Monopoly game, and I'm thinking 3 moves ahead. Like, you don't want to play a certain card because the whole object is you can exchange cards. So, like, if you need the 3rd green, whatever that property is, there's card that you turn over. It says, all right, switch or steal or this or that. So I'm strategic. I have these things in my hand. I wait, and then all of a sudden I lay it all down, game over. And my wife is like, I hate you. I can't win. Well, that's not my fault.
Right. But does it challenge you? Like, do you still stay stimulated here? If it does, that's all that matters.
Well,
like,
yeah,
the games
because
are great
you
for
get
that.
ahead. I mean, I'm not saying that you didn't win at all.
That's a
she won a game too.
That's a supreme training system, though. It's like sparring with one eye.
It's awesome. It's so much fun. I enjoy playing that game, but I will never, ever, including my grandkids, let them win a game. Yeah. If you're going to win, you're going to win. You're going to learn how to. I play dominoes with my 6-year-old granddaughter, who legitimately beats me at domino.
Oh, really?
And she doesn't really understand the game. She knows to match the 6 with the 6, but she doesn't know.
Yeah, but that makes sense, though, because she's been down for 6 years. She's been in the daycare system, learning how to play dominoes, just like the jail system. It's like the same thing. But that's why she beats you.
I don't get that because she has
dominoes is like a prison game. Like, the guys that play the best dominoes
understand.
But
I don't understand the 6-year portion because she wasn't.
She's in because a classroom and a hospital bedroom and a jail cell are all the same prison.
She hasn't been in school 6 years.
Oh, I know. I'm just making a reference. She's part of the system, so that's why she learned how to play dominoes. That's why she beats you in dominoes.
She beats us. It's just it's an easy game, even if you're not playing strategic. If you have the 6 and there's 2 6s, you try to have the same blah 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 blah, and she beats me out of any of this crap.
Hey, Randy, you want to ask me a question? You want to interview me? Ask one of your questions about. Hey, Matt, do you collect anything?
No, I'm not going to.
Oh, because I was going to show you.
Typically, when I ask questions, it's because I'm intrigued and I want to know the answer.
Well, I collect old school badminton. I think this is. Have you ever played this game?
Yes.
I think we should play competitively. That's what I miss about my friend John B. He was a guy from Colorado. You met him at UFC. And
well, it's not possible that we do it, because even though we could do it through Zoom, we don't have to be face to face. I really don't want to see you.
No, but this is a high intellect game. I mean, the people who I know play it are usually Jewish.
It's really
it really is the strategy behind it.
Well, yeah, there's strategy.
There was homework. There's a book. You have to read Backgammon for Blood.
No, I already played everything I do for blood. Not for entertainment. It's competition. I mean, I have fun at it, but who competes at anything just for fun? It's to win. I know that I've told you this story. I got in trouble's not the right word, but I ran a very competitive softball team in St. Pete at Woodland. And one year we took second, and they handed me a trophy, and I declined it. And they made me take the trophy, and I grabbed it and took it straight to the trash can and threw it away. Who takes second place trophies? Who takes participation? No, you're playing for fun, but you're playing to win. Anybody that's not playing for win is a loser.
That should be a bumper sticker. That should be a shirt. DJ Tony, get that on there.
Speaking of shirts, are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Are you sitting down? People tuning in, please sit down. Please take a breath. If you know me, this will shock you. Not one, not two, I bought 3 $40 UFC T-shirts.
Okay. Why? Why?
They were
Like
Philadelphia.
an auction.
No, at the fights on Saturday. I'm
What are you
wearing one
gonna?
now. I'm wearing Flyer Gritty, and then there was one with the Liberty Bell. I was really pissed that they didn't do a Phillies one. You know,
Did you buy
like
them 'cause do they hold value? Will they hold value in the future, or is it just because of you were there? What a memento.
no,
You're-
it wasn't necessarily that I was there. It was that it was Philadelphia. You know, you give me blah, blah, blah. I was born there. I was stationed there. My family lives there. My family's kind of very well known there. And what they did. One was a cop. One was a teacher. One was a professor. Yada yada yada. I really wanted one with the Philly fanatic with wearing UFC gloves. The one I've got is the hockey with gloves. You want me to throw our good friend under the bus? And how much
Sure.
I love AI?
Yeah.
Travis Thompson came and picked us up on Sunday. I
Yeah.
love Travis.
The animal.
Travis.
The animal. The best.
So the animal is driving us around. We go to the Rocky Balboa statue.
Okay.
And we take pictures. My son took a great picture of Travis Thompson and myself standing in front of the Rocky Balboa statue where you see the entire statue.
Okay.
There were fans there, not necessarily of ours, even though they said they were, that took a picture of Travis Thompson, myself, and my son at the Rocky Balboa statue. They had the entire length of the statue. Travis Thompson took a great picture of my son and standing in front of a statue.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean, so wait, it was too close?
Yeah. The statue doesn't have a head. The statue doesn't have a body. What a great
Well, Travis he's not that tall. He's always got to look up and like,
God.
maybe his depth perception was off.
So we got a great picture without Rocky's head. You know what you? You go to AI and you say, AI, someone
Create a head.
without Rocky's head. And they were able to fix the
AI won't do like give Rocky head. There's no way they will ban that. You can't prompt it to give it head. That's disrespectful. I'm just saying.
You're just
saying. Why?
Because let's go back to going, because I'm sure I'm going to get an email, text, or phone call from Ed that you were going, you're now gone. Emmett Walsh. Competed in Blade Runner, Blood Simple, The Jerk, and Knives Out, along with over 195 other screen credits.
I mean, I'm gonna go gone just for the fact of I feel like with all the accomplishments, it's a curveball, and you're trying to show that longevity, but he's still here. So I'm gonna say he's gone.
No, he's here. No, he's not. He's gone.
Okay. All right. Hey.
I don't think he was born March 19th, 2024, but he died at the age of 88. See, I'm learning how much information to give you. By giving the 200 credits, it was too much information.
Yeah, for sure. Because that gives you longevity and time in the game. So,
all right. So, Robert Wagner. Do you know who Robert Wagner is?
Heard the name.
Robert Wagner was in Heart to Heart.
Okay.
Opposite Stephanie Powers. Played number 2 in the Austin Powers movie. Was married to Natalie Wood twice. And has, well, I'm not telling you how many credits.
And what was his name again?
Robert Wagner. Keep your hands above the screen so I can make sure you're not Googling anything.
Robert Wagner. Hey, AI. Who is Robert Wagner? I'm kidding. I'm going to say that he's gone, but I think he's young. I think he's going to pass away from a heart attack.
This one you blew big time because he is going and he is 96 years old.
Oh, man. Dang it.
And I'm going to keep track of every one you miss.
I'm just guessing all the time because the thing is, I don't know any of these people's names.
Well,
like,
and that's the best part of it.
I think that's the point. Like, you know, it's happening so fast. AI is changing stuff so fast. you only get algorithms and content of your like. I mean, every person's living a different universe with what they experience. It's not that whole blanket system again. You know, it's crazy right now.
I just got a text message about how to declutter your house.
Yeah, how's that?
Well, I'm not going to look at it. It's coming from my wife.
She agrees with me. See, sometimes I do have a good idea.
You go, all right, let me see. I'll skip over what I was going to talk about. Let's see how she sent it. There we go.
Is that our one fan, our one live viewer?
First, you pick what room you're going to do it in. You make 4 piles.
You don't have that kind of time.
Keep, donate, trash, unsure. Keep the memories, not all the item. Get rid of the crap. 15 minutes a day beats one big weekend to go through and clear stuff out. I've been saying I'm going to clean out the shed. I'm going to start in the shed. 10 years. I still haven't done it yet.
Yeah, Randy decluttering. I like it. You know, there's a couple of trash companies, like those junk companies. They'll come and like clean out your whole house. Like we could do like
my
a
nephew.
video.
Yeah, my nephew has a business in that.
Okay. Yeah.
And my nephew has a declutter business, then drives that stuff to my other nephew that has a vintage store.
That's a smart hustle.
I told Ryan yesterday, Sean wants to buy a box of sucker cards. And do I call Ryan Western? You know what Ryan Western tells me? There's a guy in my store right now, looks just like you, just a little bit older. My brother was there. My brother was there.
Oh man, that's good.
Somebody pulled a card at Rhino Cards of the soccer kid from Spain, which is kind of a cool story. He's one of the superstars of Spain who, as a young child, his family won a contest to meet Messi. And so there's a picture of Messi holding him at I don't know what it was, 3, 7. And now they're not equals, but they play on the same field, on the same pitch. I'm sorry. So ironic. So a 19-year-old kid pulled this card. I don't know his name and I can't pronounce his name. And the kid sold it the other day for $19,000.
Wow. Yeah,
but the problem,
big money in that stuff.
The problem with that, and like we talked about with the fighter earlier, you can't even afford to buy the packs anymore. You can't afford to not buy a box because of what we've seen, not only at, store owners go into the Walmarts, the Targets, whatever, and they're feeling the cards. They come in with a scale and they're weighing the pack.
Wow.
Or they're weighing the box, because that would tell. But a lot of the hobby shop stores do the same thing. So how can you go and buy a pack an open pack when 9 out of 10 store owners, 6 out of 10, I don't care if it's 1 out of 10 is doing, unethical. They open pack until they get the hit, and then they combine all the unopened packs, and then they try to sell it that way. And it kind of takes fun away from
crazy. That's a crazy business.
Oh, it is.
That's a crazy industry. Like that's nuts.
Big Hendrick, buddy in Vegas,
sold
a Joe Rogan gold card for $650, which is a slightly under supposed book value.
Okay.
Dana White bought the exact same Joe Rogan silver card, which means less, right? For like $10 grand.
All right, because Dana associated with it, status.
Yeah, well, $10 grand is 65 cents. But it's not a hobby anymore. It's not fun. It's kids can't collect. You can't take your grand.
Speaking of a hobby, though, I did get these little World Cup like figurines today. So I added the thing, but I assume they're collector's edition for the future.
Where do you get those?
That is cool.
Where do you get those?
It was at an overstock Amazon place, so it was like they do the bin returns, and on different days it's different prices. So today was $1, and I got the set with 3 for $1. So I thought that was cool.
Is there any more there?
No, it was just these 3.
I tried to get them when they first came out, and I talked to the company that was the distributor about us displaying them, us getting them on, and they were, oh no, we're going to sell these out. These are going to be the hottest things. And then I think they had a hard time selling some of them, but no, they're cool.
Yeah,
the World Cup mascot.
For $1, I thought it was worth it. So it's cool. Yeah, it brings ties in with the whole World Cup and what we did, broadcast and all that stuff. That sounds good.
I know that we're in a break on the radio right now, but I did speak to briefly Dave Feldman, and we're going to tomorrow about the logistics of who is going to be going on the BKFC cruise.
And speaking of reaching out, and I got Bert Kirshner and Tom Segura to sign my bottle since since Bert's on the wagon right now. And
I've been told that's not true at all.
Well, Brad Pitt says he's off the wagon after 7 years of sobriety. Conor McGregor came out and announced he's going to join his fellow actor, Brad Pitt, and jumping off the wagon. And so Bert is on the wagon. I went down and said, Bert, I'm on the wagon like you are. You signed my bottle. And I said, ironically, the sugar in this bottle is probably way worse for you than the vodka that you're promoting. So I'd much rather put pure culture vodka in my body than ketchup. So
I told you numerous times that I called or just texted your best friend, Google. Bert Kreischer is not permanently sober. He is not off.
Well, he's on and off. I think he's off. I think he's on until like November. He said. I think that's what I heard him say. But look, the term "on or off the wagon." Do you know where it comes from? I mean, you were there, like the early 1900s, the early 19th century. It meant literally you were on water or you were on alcohol. But the water back then had sulfur, it had lithium, it had other minerals that were good for you mentally, that would balance you hormonally. So that water was way different than the biochemically engineered water of today. So that's anyway, but that's the difference, on or off the wagon. So what are your thoughts about Conor McGregor announcing yet another unretirement and saying he's going to drink again?
Doesn't mean I could care less.
It doesn't matter because they still own vested interests in companies that own in the spaces. Forged Stout, I'm sure he sells equity in Proper 12 whiskey. Bert has the wine or the vodka company. So even if they're on or off, personally, for whatever reason, they still have to promote it and still push the narrative. But I like the idea of controlling sugar. I like the idea of controlling your pancreas.
I don't like when somebody is promoting a product they don't use.
Well, yeah. Well, but if you own it, I mean, we all know Bert is the machine. I mean, that guy, we have no doubt that he's willing to drink any bottle of anything that he's promoting.
I just Googled it. Google said that he is drinking. He's not he's not claiming that he's not going to drink again, et cetera, et cetera. But it's kind of like the Tom Brady Subway commercial where he's holding a Subway sandwich.
No, see, that's wrong. Like, I drink distilled water. People think I'm crazy for it.
It's like Dustin Poirier now ripping Bud Light after Bud Light dropped them, but had paid them. That it kind of bothers me. I think that's, it was okay when they were paying you. You didn't rip it when they were paying you. You're ripping it poison after they fired you.
Well, I mean, that's the point that Elon Musk was making, that it's all about the money. It's not about the physical aspect. It's the money always wins. Same thing. It's too much money involved. If you're being paid, money influences everything. Right? I mean, money, it literally does.
Yeah. I'm proud to say that I turned down a paying sponsor once.
Yeah. For what reason? What was the
I didn't like the restaurant. I didn't like it. I didn't like the premise. I didn't like the food. I didn't like that you ordered and you went up and basically served yourself.
Was it me?
Perhaps it was you.
Sounds like me. Those are characteristics I have.
All right. I'm going to say this one time. to say this one time only. I will never say this again.
All right.
We went to some of the best pizza spots in New York City. We went to some of the best pizza and sub shops in Philadelphia. Some family members of mine, whether they were in New York, Philadelphia, or here locally. And I agree. When you gave a damn, your pizza was better than probably in that pizza in New York or Philadelphia. I'm done.
I know. Trust me, I wish I didn't know what I know. I wish I could just have been content of running my restaurant and paying bills and going home.
All right, enough about you. I don't care. Mount Rushmore. Let's do the Mount Rushmore. Do you want to do Mount Rushmore number 1, Mount Rushmore number 2, or Mount Rushmore number 3?
Always number 3, baby.
Number 3. Things from the 90s that were better.
All right.
Can you think?
Things that are better.
I think the TV shows in the 90s were better than now.
Yeah, because now they're more serious, aren't they? Like,
I remember when I first made the decision to change from doing Monday through Friday show to a 1-day-a-week show. And I got such flack. I got such pushback. I got everything on. And then I said, well, look at it, every TV show. Every TV show is weekly. And you wait all week for whatever. Cheers. Why that was the first one I thought of. But Chips. Speaking of Chips, do you know who's on next week? Do you know our lineup for next week yet?
No.
I'm sure I'm not going to remember them all. But we are going to have Lorenzo Lamas on next week.
Okay.
We're going to have Larry Wilcox on from Chips next week. We're going to have, I can't think of his name, but he played Putty. Is it Putty on Seinfeld?
I don't know. I never saw it.
You never saw Seinfeld, ever?
I mean, I watched a few clips or shows every once in a while, but I never watched a full episode of it.
I'm going to look up get my email for next week so that I can say his name properly. And I'm like, I didn't recognize.
and if you say Chips one more time, Ed's going to have like a condition. like we're talking about the California Highway Patrol TV show, for those of you not in the know. It was a classic show with Eric Estrada, right? Where he was like the Punch.
Yep, Punch.
And we see him at all the Comic-Cons, and unfortunately, he doesn't have much of a line. But super nice guy. And but it just shows that like the people who knew that show.
You know why I think Eric Estrada really didn't have a massive line? I think because of the reputation of, and that's where you have to be careful how you treat people on the way up, because you see those people on the way down. And I think a lot of people, because when we saw them, there was like nobody there. And I felt so bad. We walked by some of those, Loretta Swit, who was super nice when she was on the show, but you kind of feel bad, right? So Patrick Warburton is who was on Seinfeld, will be on next week. Lorenzo Lamas will be on next week. Larry Wilcox will be on next week. And then from Breakfast Club, Anthony Michael Hall will be on next week.
Okay.
And next week, and then the week after is the Tampa Bay Comic Convention. Your gigs coming up. Are you doing PFL on Saturday?
PFL Saturday night. Report time 3:30. Benchmark International Arena. First time there since the name change. Does it matter? Name changes on sporting arenas, buildings?
No. Why would that matter? Who cares?
Well, like if they change the name of the park, if they change the name of your legendary,
Go ahead.
Well, what was Busch Stadium? If they ever changed the name of Busch Stadium to like something not Busch Stadium. Does that change like your feeling for the franchise or like the name?
I don't think so. I think, if you change Colin Fenway Park to something different where the BKFC will be there next week as well, maybe, Really? Wrigley would be like Busch. Fenway is the name of the park. Wrigley is named after the former, and they may still own it, really, a Wrigley chewing gum. So it's a sponsorship, but that's who owned it. And it all goes away. No matter what it is. Chicago Bears are leaving Chicago. They're going to another state, and they're still going to call it Chicago Bears.
Do they have to change the name? Like, if you get sold to another city or traded, do you have to give up the name, like in marriage?
Well, first of all, they didn't get traded, and they didn't get sold.
I'm just saying the franchise. If the franchise changed cities,
Yeah, the franchise is moving.
They have to change the name?
No, they're still going to be the Chicago Bears.
All right.
And from what I was told when I was talking to City in Philly, the move is closer. The move of where the Bears moving to is closer than like Arlington to Dallas. The stadium, et cetera, et cetera. So, but no, I don't think it matters. I think, people at the very beginning are going to be like, it means something. But when it's all said and done in the long run, I don't think it matters at all. And kind of like, back to the Dean Thomas thing. People are all upset. They're all but this or whatever. And give it time. And in a short period of time, people will forget and we'll move on.
Well, and the positive silver lining in the cloud that you keep yelling at during this episodes is that more people know Julian's name. More people know her name now than ever before. Like, so it's any publicity is good publicity. And it's going to give her more notoriety, more following for next time she does step inside the octagon. So there's good to go around.
I think that is ridiculous. I don't think more people know who she is. Anybody who doesn't know who she is doesn't necessarily know the story.
But
and
people
I don't
like controversy, and people only tune in when there's controversy. So if it's a redheaded female white fighter versus a black African American senior citizen, then there's a storyline there. When you have the social media twist in the story, people tune in, and so it at least has intrigue.
I disagree.
I think she'll get more eyeballs. I bet her Instagram went crazy. I bet she has way more followers.
I like that. You're going to regret.
You think? You don't think she's?
I think non-MMA fans, first and foremost, are not going to give two craps about what happened Saturday night with Dean Thomas. They don't know who Dean Thomas is. They don't know who Jillian Robertson. Okay. If you are an MMA fan, then you already know who they both are, and you're either already following one or the other or both. So I don't think I just don't think anything is going to change.
You don't think there's crossover there because of the controversy?
No.
All the shares and the posts that get shared to other circles, other platforms, other women's groups, and whatever. I mean, all kinds of different subcategories. I see it like every third scroll on my feed is the same story. It's he apologized. She didn't accept it, and now that's making bigger news. It's kind of like the Cunningham girl from Indiana, right? With like the finger pointing and like the neck flagrant fouls. They're playing the Indiana Pacer, like it's the Detroit Pistons. It's like physical women's basketball. WNBA is getting serious.
What's that?
There might have been more. There's more strikes thrown in the WNBA than there are in the UFC at this point. Like the co-main event was a hug fest.
What's that got to do with the Jillian Dean Thomas?
I'm just saying, like, it's getting shared to other platforms because it's male, female, and she did.
Where is it shared? Where has it been shared? Where
I bet I can't. I'll look for it on my wall.
Other than
I'll look for it on my wall.
Other than MMA sites, I'm willing to bet you there's not many outside outlets that gave two craps about what happened.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll wait for you.
I mean, she's got 166,000 followers.
Okay.
Carli just came on, has 14.5 thousand. So that's a massive difference. And both of them get the blue check mark. Both are verified employees. of contract laborers of the UFC. So once they're vetted and they become part of the company, they get an automatic social media blue check mark. So they both have the same media packet, media exposure, publicity, but she's got 166,000.
How do you want me to respond?
All right, go ahead.
Why do you think one has more than the other?
Well, maybe there's a lot of reasons. Do we have to go through all of them?
Yeah, go through one.
Why
would one of the two have more followers than the?
Well, one, because it's a title fight, so there's more publicity behind it. So two, that she could have bought followers to make it look like she has more than she does. That's what a lot of social media companies do. It could be that she builds it. She actually is organic with it and enjoys the game of, you talk about games that stimulate. A lot of people collect likes and social media hearts and engagements. So it's like a digital form of Monopoly that you play. It could be a lot of reasons. Could be she's been fighting longer. She could have been older. Could be a lot of reasons.
Not taken away from either one's fighting for a title. The other's not.
Yeah, I said that.
No, so I'm saying.
But I think she's going to grow that number. I think you're going to see next time we check in, it's going to be like 200,000, and I think it's going to be good for her.
What is it now?
166,000.
All right, and you think next time we check in, it'll be at 200,000?
I mean, I don't know. By next Wednesday, I hope so. I hope she gets that kind of boost.
Well, I would love to see it, but I say,
I wish she tags us in it. I need 25K more to get my push plaque. I got to get that plaque back here. I get to keep the plaque, by the way. When we get the push plaque for YouTube, just like you stole that knockout championship belt, I want the push plaque over here behind that guy's head.
A, I didn't steal anything, and B, when you pay all the YouTube fees, you can have anything you want.
All right, I need a sponsor. Somebody text me after the show. When buy Randy's
when you pay all the StreamYard fees, you can start using StreamYard.
All right. Fair enough.
And I'll relinquish anything and everything.
Well, we're close, man. We need some controversy. We should get Dean on here and do another thing.
Yeah, Dean's laying low right now.
Or if you just start twerking on YouTube, Randy, we can be a millionaire. We can be rich by the end of the week.
What's this we stuff?
We're a team. You and I. We're like Cagney and Lacey.
Or Humpty and Dumpty.
Which last name do they take? Cagney or Lacey? Which one do they? Who gave up whose name?
Was
Cagney the man?
You're an idiot.
What? What? That's not the show?
What do you think the show's about?
A lesbian couple, like a man, like a dyke-looking one, and like an effeminate one.
Oh my God, no.
No, that's not the show?
No.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it will make a great show in today's modern world. Like, which one's going to be the male, and then who takes the last name? Like, in a lesbian relationship?
Here's what I got texted from my wife. Simple decluttering method. What do you think decluttering method is?
A bulldozer.
Number one, never tackle the whole house at once.
Okay.
Because I do that. Like I'll do a little corner of my office, and then I end up in the bedroom doing one drawer with T-shirts, and then I end up in the front room doing one slither of the closet. So I get that. I already said the 4 piles: keep, donate, trash, and unshore pile. If you haven't used it, you're letting go. God, that's 90% of my stuff. I wear the same things all the time.
I'm unsure if I want to move any of my stuff today.
No,
I'm always unsure. Always unsure.
This list is wrong. This number 4 is duplicates. You rarely need 3 of anything. That's not true. I do have 3 of the exact same 8-man strong shirts.
Oh,
Life Sport Get Going or something like that. So I need more. Matter of fact, I asked Adam for another one, and I'm waiting for it.
And you would need 4 hungry hippos to play that game because it's 4-sided. So
I don't get
it.
But okay. Uh,
Well, you need more than 3. You need 4 hippos to play that game. You're talking about nostalgia games, about history.
I don't like this decluttering method. I'm going to keep what I have. I tried to send clothes to, was it Seattle that had a big fire?
Oh, yeah. They did have a big fire.
From our guest a week or 2 ago, 2 weeks ago.
But I mean, a lot of people in St. Pete or in the surrounding coast, they were forced to declutter their life after the hurricanes. I mean, I still talk to people from St. Pete and around that they're still in shock. They can't believe that they lost everything they worked so hard for, their life, their mementos, all gone with one storm.
I couldn't imagine.
Overnight. You know what I mean? Did I lose you, Randy?
No, I stopped talking because they shouldn't have jumped.
But no, I don't think people have really dealt with the emotional toll of the hurricanes. But do you think that would help if you were forced and everything was gone in one moment is easier than like going through piece by piece and separating emotionally from it?
I don't know, because there's 2 sides to that. Obviously you'd be devastated. I've got cool stuff, but like I said, I've got a closet that I haven't opened in probably 10 years.
That stuff's got to go to a museum, Randy. You got to start putting together a list. That's going to motivate you to declutter. If you can send it to a place of purpose, you get credit for it as a donation. It goes into a museum. It's still on display for people to enjoy.
I don't need no dang credit.
I think you should, man. You got history, dog. You got history. Before you are history, you got to give that stuff away, man. Like the poker table felts from the casinos, the UFC. What other cool stuff do you have in that dungeon of yours?
I haven't been to the storage unit in probably a year. So there's stuff that's in there from early UFC, UFC 11. I still stuff from
like underground stuff, like Caroline's Comedy Club in New York City when Adam Corolla was on and talked about that of his pick dream venue. That was the place. Underground, kind of dark and dungy, and got to walk through the crowd to get to the stage. Like that's a vibe, man.
I don't know. I can't tell you what I have because I haven't looked at it in forever.
I think you should start clearing it out, man.
I did do something with a plaque, and I said I would clean my office and I found this plaque, and people are like, "Yeah, you're so full of crap. You didn't just find it. You knew you had it." And I'm like, "Dude, if you knew me, you would know. I have no clue what's my storage unit. Done."
That's what I'm saying. Before it's lost, before it gets sold at auction, before it's.
Why would it get sold at auction?
Because your kids don't want to deal with the headache of going through an inventory and logging and eBaying and like auctions, and I mean that's a full-time job. Like that would be a full-time job for somebody to do all that crap you got. So, but doing something good with it while it's there, while the people who still know what it is and still would actually be in a market to buy it, like home run balls from like 76 or whatever. Like there's a very limited market.
I got a cool home run ball from the home run derby in Detroit. That's tagged.
What year was it?
Whenever the All-Star game's in Detroit.
See, that's valuable. And that's a cool piece. And people who are still alive, that I would like to have a piece of history.
One thing that I do admit about that, I can't tell you almost anything about the Detroit All-Star game. I can't tell you almost anything about the Detroit Super Bowl. That's where I met Bert Sugar walking to one of those 2 events. I don't remember which event it was. I got to meet Bert Sugar, who hated MMA, and then he became the boxing expert on Knockout Radio. That's my story.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, but those things don't have value to you anymore. So I'm just saying, before they get up lost. And they say one man's trash is another man's treasure. I took advantage of that this week when I bought a molecular hydrogen machine for $70 because the guy pictured it upside down and didn't know what he had. So it was.
So you took advantage of it.
I didn't take advantage of him. I gave him what he offered. I gave him what he wanted. So he didn't even know what it was, and it was beautiful.
So, like on some of those pawn shows, the guy's like, listen, I know you only asked for 70, but it's worth 7,000. I'll give 2,500.
I didn't know it worked. There was no accessories, there was missing parts. They took the platinum out.
I saw a clip, I don't know how I saw it, of Modern something that Ed O'Neill was in.
No, I didn't saw it.
What the TV show that he was in, the last TV show he was in, with the foreign wife with the big thick accent on, I think America's Gallant.
Oh,
But anyway,
I don't know.
yeah, how's her name? So he's having a garage sale, and the guy comes up. He says, "How much for the ashtray?" And it's 50 cents. He goes, "Will you take a quarter?" And he's like, "No. How about 35 cents?" All right. The guy goes, "Do you have change for a 50?" And the guy comes up and he goes, "Can I test this? Do you have a piece of bread?" It was a toaster. He goes, "Do you have a piece of bread so I can test this?" And he goes, "No." The guy goes, "Well, it doesn't have to be bread. It could be a bagel. It could be anything." And Ed O'Neill goes, "Where did you get that?" He goes, "Your kitchen." He walked inside the house. That happened at a garage sale that we were doing.
Really?
Somebody went into the garage and goes, "What about this?"
Oh.
No. You got to be the expert today. So Jared's not going to be able to come on today. So I'm going to read the names. You're going to break it down, and then you're going to pick who's going to win the fight.
Oh God.
We're going to do that in about 20 minutes. All right. So here's the 3 Mount Rushmore that Rick sent, and I'll let you pick.
All right.
Number 3, things from the 90s that were better.
Yeah.
Number 2, jobs you think you could do with zero training.
Oh, okay.
Number 1, things every guy thinks he's good at.
All right.
Which one you want to do?
Let's go.
My son was telling me, I guess there's obviously we didn't think this up, and I've been doing Mount Rushmore forever, but so he was telling me there was one and they were doing things like Earth's gonna the apocalypse or whatever, things that you can put in a duffel bag.
Things you what? Put in a duffel bag?
In a duffel bag to take with you. And so Sean's telling me, and nobody came up with the best answer.
And that is,
what would be your number one? You don't have to be number one. One of your 4 for if the end of the world is coming. You don't know when the end of the world's coming. What would be one of your 4 items to put in a duffel bag to take with you?
molecular hydrogen.
Mine is Brad Williams.
What?
Do you know who Brad Williams is? I think that's his name.
No.
He's the height challenged comic. I think he was in Jackass or on Jackass.
Oh, yeah. I know you're talking about.
Funny as hell. How do you not put him in the duffel bag? You got to be entertained. There's nothing else going on. I don't talk to you if you're there. I want to be entertained in my bag.
That's worse than a starter like the sourdough. Like you got to feed that thing and like care for it and like tuck it in at night and give it a bath. Like hell no. Like no, let it die. Like, I'm not taking that. I'm taking molecular hydrogen because I can breathe it, I can absorb it, and I can bathe in it, and I can drink it. And that's all you need for survival.
Do you need electricity for
it? I got a portable one. So I got one we took to the Super Bowl, Randy. Remember this? No one even knows.
You don't. Nobody cares either. That's the thing.
They will.
No, they won't.
That's not true because Adam Corolla told me number one reason.
Did you hear about Oreos?
No, yeah, they can't catch on fire.
Oreos is making a chicken and waffle cookie.
You can't catch it on fire, bro. Take a blowtorch and try to catch it on fire. It's not. It doesn't melt.
Oreo is making a banana pudding cookie.
Don't eat it. It will kill you. They're trying to kill you.
I don't know. A chicken and waffle cookie might be interesting.
Don't do it. Take a lighter to it first, and then decide what you put in your body.
Don't
try this at home, kids.
I love Rick's list. Jobs you think you could do with zero training. And his first one is co-host Knockout Radio.
Yeah, number one.
He's
Maybe,
talking
yeah.
about you.
I'm,
He-
I know.
talking about
I'm always
you.
number one. I'm always number one, and then everyone else. It's hard to be in the first spot, though.
All right. So what's a job you can do with no training?
Ooh, air traffic controller.
Don't be an idiot.
All right. Things you could do with no training. Apparently,
Traffic
POTUS
control.
could be a-
Traffic
POTUS.
control. A school traffic crossing guard.
Yeah. Man, that's not very exciting.
Well, it doesn't have to be exciting. It's just what you can do with that. All right, so I got to tell you another quick story. So I told you the story about I was crossing a street in Atlanta. I was with my brother and son, and I don't know who else, and I had the green light, and I start to. I mean, it was like the Olympic crowd, Super Bowl crowd, and I start to cross. I got the green man, and a cop goes, "Stop, stop, stop!" And I go, "I got the green light." He goes, "Yeah, but I got a gun." I said, "Okay, you're right, 100%." So in Philly, we took the subway to Broad Street, now walking to the arena, and we're walking like in front of where the cars are driving in, and some parking guy starts yelling, "Do you see a walkway there? Do you see a walkway there?" And I said, "No, this is Philly. We have no rules here." And everybody else walking lost it. They thought it was the funniest thing because they don't have rules in Philly. Who has rules in Philly?
It's true. But going back to Mount Rushmore, things that are better in the '90s, the telephone. Like when you left your house, you were free when the phone was anchored to the wall, and now everybody's mobile but attached, and everybody's distracted, and nobody's paying attention.
You use the same line every week.
No,
You've used that-
it's got to be on the
But it's
Mount
true.
Rushmore. But the Mount Rushmore, the four of all time, that's got to be number one is a telephone. For me, at least.
Well, you have to say it right. Wall attached telephone.
Well, you got a landline.
Landline. Well, landline isn't. Yeah, landline has to be. Well, yeah, it has to be attached. Even though it doesn't, it technically doesn't.
Could be mobile. I mean, I got both. I like the both.
No, landline can be mobile.
Yeah.
Would you like me to explain?
Yeah, please.
All right, I can get the Magic Jack landline on my cell phone.
Really?
Now you need the Magic landline, the Magic line, on your computer and set up, and then you can forward all those calls to your mobile device.
But what do you use a landline number for anymore? Like, do you still have a home phone number?
I use the Magic Jack, for
Okay.
side gigs that I do, the purchasing the cars from my brother or whatever. Because I don't want to use cell phone, and B, I don't want them to know who I am. M meaning the owner's brother, not
Right.
the talk guy. Nobody gives two craps that we do a radio show, but I didn't want them to know that I'm the owner's brother, and so I would use the Magic Jack.
Okay.
And I
Yeah,
don't
you have purpose and utility for it, but everybody else, there's no, that's over. That's something definitely that was better back in the '90s, though. Well, what's your suggestion for what's better in the '90s? Were movies better in the '90s? Like, I feel like movies were better. I feel like the crowd was better. I felt like
I
going to
couldn't
a
tell you.
movie.
I couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know if you said I will give you $1,000. I will give you $1 million to name a movie in the '90s. Couldn't tell you. I wouldn't know 91 or 89. It's like
Right.
I'll give you $1 million if you can tell me a movie. I play this game July 4th, and you do that. It's like you have to put something between years.
Okay.
And now as you narrow it down, now it's like 89, 90, 91, and you have to pick. Are you putting it between 89 and 90 or 90 and 91?
That's so hard. People don't have that kind of like memory space. They don't have that bandwidth available. Like, you can't remember that kind of stuff that far back. I mean, unless you were obsessed with it, unless you were a diehard fan or like I don't know. There's no way. It would be too hard to separate 88, 89, 90. The only thing I remember about 1989 was the movie Loverboy came out, and Patrick Dempsey was a pizza delivery guy, and he got paid $200 to have sex with like housewives that would call up and order with extra anchovy. So I opened pizzerias. Yeah, because I don't think that's the greatest job on earth. And then it's not what you think. It's not what you think it's going to be.
I couldn't tell you one movie that would be, and that's maybe something next week I'll have put up. I'll have him put some movies like between 79 and 80. Or, so is it movie in the 70s or the 80s? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I'm going to be hopefully with, I am. I'm going to Fanboy next week, the Fanboy Expo, and interviewing some of the Warriors. I couldn't tell you when that movie came out. Have no idea.
Yeah. I mean,
I work at a movie theater. I can't tell you when those movies come. The original Star Wars. I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
Why do you need to know that?
It's hard.
But
it's like MarQuel earlier. Like, why do we need to know math? Like, why with AI? Why do we need to have useless information that's just use ask it when you need it? It's available. Like, why do we have to give our kids this stupid education that's outdated?
I'll tell you why.
Why?
Most of these AI has been decent, but what's the one that sits on the counter? Is that Siri? Is that Alexa?
Alexa? Or...
Alexa's an idiot. Just off. Dumb as hell. Dumb as rocks.
Can't talk about ladies like that. It's not gentlemanlike.
You
got to change her name if you're going to talk trash about her.
Alexa is dumb as rocks. And I'm going to say her because I don't know if Alexa's a male or a female. But the dumbest person I talk to every day is Alexa. Alexa, what time is it? I am not able to tell you that. Then what good are you?
There's so, and then when you start pushing it, about other questions, it gets really sensitive. Well, I don't feel comfortable talking about this right now.
But
they hang up on you.
I know that there's many different AIs and chats and this. I've been using Meta AI, who has been really pretty good. But if you go to Siri and say, Siri, how many wins does UFC fighter name a fighter? It don't even matter. I'm not familiar with that name. Well,
you're not using AI right. Okay, you got to go if you want the real answers, like Allen Iverson would give. You got to go and ask it things like, what year did Pfizer take over the cheese industry and synthetically controlled the people through rennet? and then it's going to be 1982, Pfizer took over 90% of cheese production, and it stimulates the same receptor as heroin. So that's why people are addicted to cheese and food and pizza. So you got to ask AI the right questions.
Hold on. First, addicted to cheese. And we're all addicted to food because if we don't feed ourselves, we shall die.
That's not true.
What do you mean?
You just have to mineralize. You don't need the food. You need the food, a little bit of food just to keep the organs moving, to keep everything digestive tract moving.
Hold
on,
like
a factory.
Moron. You're a moron.
Yeah.
You just said you don't need food, and then you said you need a little food.
Well, okay, so technically you wouldn't. But in order to if a factory, if you don't use the assembly line, it rusts and it won't. If you start it back up and then it's choppy, it's not smooth. So your digestive tract still needs some roughage, some stuff to pass through just to keep everything lubed and operating correctly. But in theory, you would just need minerals, sea salt, baking soda, distilled water, hydrogen water. You don't have to eat food for energy anymore. You can just charge your cells, charge your mitochondria.
I'm going to show on Saturday. I just want you to know right now.
You got what?
I'm going. Oh, I can't go. I can't go to PFL. PFL Saturday, right?
PFL Saturday, yeah.
I'm not going to PFL. I'm going to the preseason Bucks game.
You're going to go to preseason Bucks game instead of the PFL? Cyborg's final fight of her legendary career?
I think I could probably get there in time for her fight.
Bro, you got to come.
That's
a legend. I mean, she did our show in, I think it was Vegas, right?
It was Vegas. She was awesome.
She's amazing. She's a great. I wonder if I have to disclose to the commission that I did the interview with her in Vegas. I think I will. If I get assigned to her, I probably have to tell Tim I know her outside of.
Well, you don't know her. She doesn't know you from Adam.
No, but I'm saying like there's a conflict of interest.
Well,
Like,
what's the
at that-
conflict? What's the conflict?
If something happens, the other corner says that the other corner says that she cheated. She was allowed to cheat because I turned a blind eye, because I gave favoritism, because I knew her from a media interview.
Okay, again, you don't know her, and she doesn't know you. You asked 1 1/4 questions, so she wouldn't know anything. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but no, there's no conflict.
All right, then I'm going to work it.
You could literally sit with her for 2 days, and she's not going to know who you are.
All right. Fair enough.
Now, if you do sit with her for 2 days, she's going to beg the commission to get you out of there because she's freaking tired of you.
It's not true.
All right, let's do the best job we can for the next 15 minutes. Both of us pull up the fight card. Even though lately, when you pull up fight card, it's not synced properly. Maybe if we go, maybe if I go to, and I won't mention which casino, but where I once in a while put a shekel or 2 down, and we'll do it that way. All right, you ready?
Yeah, Sacramento, Hernandez versus Rodrigues.
Are we starting with the main card or the prelims? What do you want to do?
Yeah, let's start at the top.
All right, Fluffy versus Rodrigues.
RoboCop.
RoboCop. Hernandez minus 180 right now. RoboCop plus 145. I like RoboCop.
Yeah, I like RoboCop too. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with RoboCop on this one. But then like that's always messing me up because I know his coach Daniel. So I've
That's
got like
where conflict comes in.
So
You have to separate money, head from heart. It's not who you want to win. When you're putting money down, it's not who you want to win. It's who you think will win.
All right. Man, this is tough. That's hard when you know the people.
You don't know him.
I know who he is.
All right. You know how to say his name. That's not much.
I've seen him on TV. I'm gonna go. I mean, he would go with Hernandez just with the ranking, right? Number 6 versus 11 says at that level they think there's 5 people separating them. So
no, who's doing the rankings?
I don't know. Math is hard. Maybe MarQuel and I will put together the rankings next time.
All right. So you're going Hernandez? Is not doing?
I'll go Hernandez.
I'll go RoboCop.
All right.
Carli versus her opponent.
Oh, what list are you on?
I'm it straight from the casino.
Because the heavyweight bout is on the UFC webpage.
All right, you read.
Okay. All right. Spivac versus Petrino. Your heavyweight bout, number 6 versus an unranked Brazilian fighter.
I'll take a ranked guy.
Yeah, there you go. So Spivac, I'll take the Brazilian. I'll go opposite of my boy RoboCop.
Okay.
Then your light heavyweight bout, Reinier de Ritter versus Roman Dolidze. Georgia versus the Netherlands, and I'm not talking north of us. Georgia, the country. So I don't know. I've never seen a Georgian fighter fight. I'm gonna go with Roman. I like the name.
Hold on a second. What did you just say?
I don't know if I know any fighters from Georgia.
Where's Ilya Topuria from?
Spain.
Is he?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Yeah, Topuria is Spanish.
Oh,
He's not?
no.
Yeah. Topuria is Spanish. He's from Spain. He's
No,
the Matador.
He lives in Spain now.
Yeah, but he's Spanish.
Okay.
It's not where you're from. It's where you pay rent.
Is
Randy, we talked about that. Now those guys are from Georgia. Outcast, Big Boy, and Andre 3000. They are from Georgia. It's not where you're from. Where you pay rent. And it's not how much you make, but how much you spend. That's the next line in that track. Not how much you make, it's how much you spent. What experience did you get through this thing we call life?
That's a different Georgia.
Too many people save money and never spend it. People put all the money in an account to one day take a trip or a hike. Then by the time they get there, they don't have the compression. They can't handle the cardiovascular endurance. They can't handle vibration. They can't handle heat. And that
What's
money
the got to do with you have no clue that Toya is from Georgia?
He's Spanish.
He's from Georgia.
Okay. But I'm just saying. I made my argument. But
just because
Roman.
it doesn't make it true.
I never let facts get in the way of a good story. I learned from you, Randy.
No, you learned that from me, who learned from Wes.
So I'm going with Roman here. I'm going to go with the unranked, unknown Georgia fighter.
Go with Ritter.
Huh? Or Ritter. Yeah, they both
qualify.
qualify. No, both statements could have been true for both of them.
All right.
You picking one? You going Ritter?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Lightweight belt. MarQuel, Hernandez versus Mason Jones. Wales versus the U.S.
I would never pick because of where they're from. Sounds that's what you would do, but I'm going to go with loyalty is important. That's why I support and back my boy, Dean Thomas. So I will go with said fighter that's been on our show today.
I'll go with Mason Jones just because Wales are killer, man.
I can't wait to let him know.
Killer Wales. He's from Killer Wales. I think.
Understand.
All right, and your women's flyweight belt, Carli Judice versus Judice Chaves.
I think she's a massive favorite.
Carli is.
Pretty sure she is. So I'll go with that.
Minus 550.
That's pretty massive.
And she already has a body on her. I mean, she killed her sourdough starter kid. So she's a stone cold killer.
Yeah. I'm going with Carli.
All right. Your prelims, your main event, featherweight bout, Jamal Emmers versus Larion Douglas, the Brazilian.
I will go with Douglas.
I'll go with Emmers. I'll just do the opposite of what you pick. Heavyweight bout, Kennedy versus Jamal Gaziev. He's Bahrainian versus Nigerian.
Right. Why you the great Caleb used to always say, "Why you got a problem using the N-word?"
Yeah, I need one here. Like, there's a lot of letters in that thing. But they didn't even try to build a fighter profile at the UFC. They just did this with a keyboard. There's like that's how they spell it. Nzechukwu. Good luck trying that one.
All right, so you taking?
I'm taking the alphabet. I'm giving you all 26 letters.
All right, I'll take Shamil. Shamil, Hop and Break Incorporated.
Chris Padilla versus Nasrat Haparest. Morocco versus the U.S.
I will go team. I'll take the foreigner.
You're taking Team Morocco?
Yeah, Team Morocco.
All right. I'll go with the U.S.
Morocco is in the World Cup, so we'll go World Cup.
All right. Marcio Barbosa versus Ryan Cooks versus the flyweight bout. Brazil versus the U.S. I'll go Brazilian. Let's keep it gangster.
All right. Which one's the Brazilian?
No, Barbosa.
I'll go Barbosa too.
Didn't we see a Barbosa retire this past weekend?
We did. Edson.
A legendary fight career. Do you think he is a Hall of Famer, legendary? Where do you rank his career?
Good.
Okay.
You need more than that?
Well, I mean, a good is a pretty basic description for a guy that was a pioneer of the sport, right?
But that doesn't necessarily make him, a legend. I mean, he had a good career. Again, let's separate good from great, great from icon, legend, yada, 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 yada.
Would you put him in the Pioneer Hall, like a wing, or maybe not Hall of Fame, or would you? Or would you put him in legend? Like not legend category, but
I think I think I'm looking at it. 24 wins, 15 losses.
okay. So a journeyman.
That's a
career.
good
40
career.
career, 40 fights.
So it's a long career. It's a good career. No, he's not a Hall of Fame.
All right. Your lightweight bout. You're gonna hate this one, Randy. Stan Dorsavanville versus Gage Young, who will not give up his name to his new fiancee, soon to be wife and baby mama. He will keep the Young name. So who do you pick in this fight, Randy?
Gage.
All right, Randy, going down the line with loyalty.
Yeah. Today I
Middleweight bout, Wes Schultz versus Jackson McVey. Looks like Jesus is fighting himself.
I'll take Jackson McVey.
It's like
Do you remember when he was on the show?
Yeah. These guys.
He was dominant.
Those guys are insane.
I'll take Jackson.
All right, I'll go with Wes.
Are you writing these down?
No. We're live. It's all documented. When we need it, we'll go.
Who's going to go back and let you know who you picked?
Oh, that's too much work. It's more fun just to do this. Butcher the names, have some fun, talk about the country they're from. Like these guys literally look like Jesus Christ. Like they have the long hair. It's crazy. Going back to biblical times, man.
I know Jackson does. I didn't know what the other guy looked like.
Women's strawweight bout: Shanelle Dyer versus Elise Reed. England versus the U.S. I didn't work out for England very well back when you were in the war, right, Randy? Was that when you guys crossed the Delaware?
Oh,
Which mission was that?
You dumb human.
Why?
So who are you taking?
I'm going to go with the U.S. Of course.
I will too.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know.
Why is that?
I'm not even looking at the fight card. I'm letting you do it.
All right. Yeah, that's it.
Our picks are not very good without Jared.
Yeah, no, he has insight. He knows like what they did last fight. He knows.
We may do a special night thing. Maybe tomorrow night. And, we'll do a 15, 25 minute live thing on YouTube and get his picks and selections and might take care of that.
But it's hard to follow the sport with all these names from all over the world. The names you never heard. It's tough. It's tough.
What's tough is you putting in the work.
Well,
it's not tough because it's different names.
Oh yeah, I don't have time to dedicate to that.
Right. So whatever name you can't pronounce, just call him Bob Smith.
Okay.
Now is it easier to find out and cover him? It's a serious
BS. That sounds like BS to me. Brad Smith.
Okay.
No, just like Adam Corolla told me. It's like, how many times are you on stage? How many times are you performing? How many times are you practicing? How many times are you going after it? Just like any job, it sucks in the beginning, and then you got to work. So, he's right. Same thing. I do the bare minimum.
You don't even do the bare.
Yeah, I just show up. But I'm always bare here, like from the waist down. I got all pants on. But that's why technology is better now. Oh yeah, I guess business meetings were better in the '90s because people had clothes on.
Not always.
Well, that's true. Okay, where did you see people not have clothes on in the '90s?
I would have to look up what was the year of the O.J. Simpson Bronco.
I think I was in high school. I'm going to say 94, 93. I feel like I think it was associated with like a memory of like some milestone in my real life that mattered. Like when I can get
When
out of
was
this
the
institution.
O.J. Simpson Bronco ride?
when I can break out of the matrix.
I'm
Like
having. All right, hold on.
1994.
1990.
Yes.
All right. So what was your question?
I don't remember.
What was the question?
You're talking about O.J. Simpson.
No, and you asked me a question, and then I asked when was a Bronco.
I don't know. All right, I moved past it, I guess. I move faster than the Bronco. That's for damn sure. I think that doesn't happen in any more life. Like it's only because of O.J. Simpson and privilege, right? We all this stuff about racism and like all this stuff in the streets and on the media, but the truth is, O.J. Simpson was a suspected murderer driving in a slow speed chase, and he got privileged because of his athleticism, his popularity, because of his celebrity, or whatever it was. But anyone else would have been killed in that situation, or flipped, or detained, or whatever at any methods. But because of it was O.J. Simpson, the number one influencer of the time, right? I mean, wasn't he bigger than like Tom Brady or all these other guys of today?
If the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. It had nothing to do with privilege. It had nothing to do with it. He was a superstar and he would jump over people at airports. If the glove,
the Hertz commercial, right? Yeah. That was the first paid spokesperson, I think, right? Wasn't he like the first African American? Well, because they always do that, like the first black person to ever achieve this. We don't get that privilege, but like, whatever.
I don't care.
I'm the first person to like. No, never mind.
My lock. Lenny's asked for my lock of the week.
Yeah, lock it in.
I think it's got to be Carli Judice.
All right.
Lock of the
Carli.
week.
All right, I'm gonna go with RoboCop. I'm gonna pick RoboCop, and I'm taking that's my lock of the week.
I don't even know how to respond. You have got to be the dumbest human I've ever met in my life, because you took Hernandez in the picks, and now RoboCop is your pick. Oh my God! And
you heard it here first. Breaking news. You heard it here first.
And you probably didn't think I was paying attention when you picked Hernandez. Oh my God! You know what the beauty of that pick? We only got like no minutes left in this show. Thank goodness.
We got it in at the buzzer, just at the right time. Look, that's the whole point about Allen Iverson, though. Like the only reason they cared is because he missed practice. Wasn't because he was the MVP. Wasn't because he's the best player in the league. And they're like, everyone from the top to the bottom must be accountable. Everybody must be at practice. No one is exempt. No one's bigger than the game or the logo or Jerry West. But the truth is, all they needed to do was repetition to program the subconscious of when the game mattered, championship on the line. They need to be consciously aware of the shot clock and the substitutions, but subconsciously already programmed where to be on the fort.
You know what would have made Allen Iverson a better player?
What? No, I'm just saying, like, it's just repetitive.
Do you know what would have made Allen Iverson a better player?
Height.
Get him on the G-Net machine.
That's true.
He would have grown. He would have.
Well, if we would have got him young enough, like you could stretch the growth plate instead of compressing it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I don't know if it will add to actual height, but I believe
talent.
It would.
It would have added the talent. He would have added talent to him.
No, but if you're drawing up a script play, buzzer beater, championship on the line, 76ers.
Just kidding. Sixers, I'm giving all to Dr. J.
And he needs to know where the ball's going, the play is directed, where to be. That's all from practice. That's all from practice.
The doctor does not need to do that. Dr. J.
Oh, Dr. J can be on the Mount Rushmore of doctors.
You're right.
Dr. J. You didn't see that one coming out. Shout out to Mom Nix.
Dr. J could arguably be the greatest doctor to come out of Philadelphia.
Ooh, Dr. Huxtable. Dr. Huxtable was a good one. Until he wasn't. He was like Fauci. He's like the Black Fauci.
Dr. Huxtable, you pulled that out quick.
That's a molecular hydrogen, baby.
Yeah, it's from the water you're drinking. It's
yeah, it's the distilled water.
No, whatever.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Live.
I'm glad we did the radio show because I realized I not attend this week at PFL. You know that the PFL let Ray Sefo go?
What?
Ray
would he do
Sefo
that?
started. It was Ray Sefo's organization. Ray Sefo, World Series of Fighting. It then became the PFL. Now with this whole shakeup, I think he got let go before, but it was all part of. Randy Couture let go the beginning of the year.
That's like Papa John. John Shatner got let go. Then years ago, he was a big car guy like Adam Corolla. And after he made his money, went back and bought his original Camaro. Have you been to the museum and seen it?
No, what museum?
The Papa John Museum.
No.
I don't know if they have one. I'm just making it up. But nobody cares.
I don't even go to
Nobody's
Papa
gonna
John's.
listen to the
Why would
show.
I go to the museum?
Nobody's here 3 hours in to hear that like misinformation. So I don't know. But
Here's the funny thing. The amount of people that have been staying on start to finish, I think, and I know it's rare and unique. Typically, people jump out. People are sitting. I do want to thank Shane Grossman. Shane Grossman has already purchased I don't want to say a suite, a room, a cabin on the BKFC cruise. And I will be talking to Dave Feldman tomorrow, and we'll find out if we'll have discount codes, how much it's going to cost Matt to go to get a room.
Did you see Taylor's Vespa with her iconic Bo Jackson BKSE poster yesterday? Photo?
No.
It's pretty cool. Gotta check it out. It's iconic.
What is?
The photo of the bat over the back with the Bo Jackson, like the legendary poster.
And I've got card too.
Yeah, but the BKSE recreated it. Taylor Starling, so you recreated it. And so there's a photo of her doing the same thing for the upcoming fight. Sick.
Shoulder pads and a baseball bat.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
No pads, but like, and no gloves either.
The difference with playing both sports. Sign it. He won't sign a card. Oh,
Right. He won't even. I caught up to him though. I tracked him down.
we need to come up with, and I talked about today out with Bucks. Everybody's dropping the number 5. You know that, right?
Oh, no.
Yeah, there's no more 5-yard line in some football stadiums. They're demanding that they change the song. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. They're making it's 4 o'clock somewhere because Daniels and he's pouting about LSU bringing the number 5 back out of retirement. You know about it, right?
No, I didn't know about it.
So he promised allegedly that nobody would ever wear the number 5 again. And now because they're doing something at LSU and Lane Kiffin gave number 5 to a new quarterback. And, like somebody told me, Lane Kiffin cares about what a head coach before him promised. The new kid, and the only way he's coming from number 5, he's giving him number 5. So now he's not letting him use his name and this, that, the other. So everybody's like, they're taking the number 5 out of everything. Like a 5-piece is now a 4-piece or a 6-piece, but it's not a 5-piece anymore.
Well, the burger people, who's going to tell the burger guys? Because there's 5 guys that are going to be upset about this.
They got to change it.
No
longer 5 guys; it's 4 guys.
Call Shaq. He's an LSU guy. He can fix it. Shaq owns the 5 guys. He'll fix the 5 issue at LSU. Shaq, get involved.
Shaq will make it 6 guys, and he'll bring me in as a partner.
But that's Shaq.
All right. So
he's a mediator.
My pick of the week, Carli Jones. I really went out on a limb there. I think he's the biggest fan. So they don't call me the best for nothing. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank the station that's already checked out. I want to thank producer of the Stars. Thank.
I got my chest cam, body cam, just so to support my pick, RoboCop.
I don't know.
All right, everybody, have a great week.
What is it, RoboCop or Fluffy? You've now picked them both.
I'm going both. Can't lose. It's like roulette. Red, bet, and black and red. Just no DQ, I guess. No green. That's all I need.
Thank everybody. I can't put up with Matt any longer. See you.
See ya.
Yeah.
Later.